And sexual health में what we corely practice is psychosexual problems. That is mental health के साथ जो आपको sexual health के related problems and intimacy related problems आ रहे हैं, that is what I take care of and sexologist will be taking. Sex is a big thing which you should not have it at all before marriage, or you should not even talk about it. It's ingrained in their head. And वही चीज़ the moment they are married, the next day बोलेंगे बच्चा कब दे रहे हो आप. Intimacy is not equals to sex. First of all, there is a very big myth that people think intimacy means just sex. Intimacy starts outside bedroom, which commonly is known as foreplay, orgasm, two different things. It's commonly happening, it's coinciding, so आपको साथ में feel हो रहा है, वरना वो है दो different चीज़. Because that I have to go for foreplay at least 15 to 20 minutes. That will help your partner and you to be completely in the mood. Also, an aspect that females have to be active in sex where they are having a foreplay with men. फोरप्ले हमेशा ऐसा जाता है कि मेन को सारा करना होता है, तो जिसके कारण भी उनको लगता है कि हमें कुछ इसमें नहीं इतना मज़ा आ रहा है तो हम क्यों करें. जैसे वी एशियंस आर ऑन अ ब्राउन स्किन मोर ओवर कंपेयर टू द वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड. वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड आर मोर फेयर स्किन, so there's a constant race कि हमें गोरा दिखना है तो ही हम अच्छे दिखते हैं. The definition, societal norms have come in that way. The same thing has come on size. Because of the pornographic industry, people have seen those things over there in that sizes, those colors, so that is what they expect कि यही better. See, erectile dysfunction जैसे मैंने बताया कि if you want to understand, you cannot have a perfect sex and perfect erection always. Nobody can have a perfect day every time. So there is something called as edging technique or start and stop technique, which we teach them कि gradually किस तरह से आप अपने आप को stimulate करो, then stop करो, stimulate करो and stop करो, which will help you to build your timing. Experience, I have observed that those who have explored their own body, with masturbation being one of its aspect, I tend to understand and enjoy sex little more compared to the ones who have not tried. Pornography can lead to ED and it cannot also lead to. Pornography में कैसा होता है कि it is the one of the oldest guiding tool, what I want to tell, because many people will oppose me on this aspect also कि how can you say that is teaching, but people are not talking about sex today. So that is the only thing which they understand, where they feel pain in any form is pleasurable. So sadly many couples are come like he's slapping me, then only he has to slap me, then only he gets erection. We always say sex, anything starts with consent. We have to remember that.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Happier Hour. Today we have with us Dr. Nikunj Gokani. He's an experienced psychiatrist and sexologist, skilled in comprehensive mental health evaluations, therapeutic interventions and clinical research. He holds MD in psychiatry from MGM Medical College and Hospital, Aurangabad, fellowship in clinical sexology from Grant Medical College and Sir JJ Group of Hospital, Mumbai, and MBBS from DY Patil Medical College, Navi Mumbai. He has his private practice under the name of House of Health in Chembur, Mumbai, and has previously worked at various reputed hospitals and organizations including Sushruth Hospital, Mumbai, JSS Hospital, Mysore, Vedanta Hospital and Research Center, Palghar, King Edward Memorial Hospital and Seth Gordon Das Sundar Das Medical College, Mumbai, Best Life Foundation, Mysore. He has contributed in more than a dozen publications nationally and internationally. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you for having me here.
Today we are going to talk about sexology. And that brings to our first question. Doctor, what inspired you to specialize in sexology?
So to be very honest, during my second year of MBBS, there were two fields which grouped my interest majorly. That is to become an OBGYN, that is gynac, or into a psychiatry. As and when I grew and we got more exposure in our internship, psychiatry is something which gave me interest, because based on my personality also, I always loved listening to the patients, loved communicating with them and helping them around. And another reason was it was one of the most taboo topic in India, and that always creates curiosity for me. And while pursuing my psychiatry PG, that's how even sexology came in, because psychiatry is now growing and we are getting de-addiction as one of the specialty, geriatric psychiatry as specialty. But sexology is something which I learned many of my counterparts, they were not even exposed to the field even in their during PG. So that's what gave me an interest and realized that there is lack of awareness, which I would want to work around with. And again, something my core interest has always been around relationships and sex. So that added a niche field for myself. So that what's bring me to sexology, to be honest.
Interesting. And you know, when you talk about sexology, जैसे मुझे भी नहीं पता कि what is the difference between gynecology, urology and sexology. Can you talk more about it?
So to be honest, sexology कैसा है कि it is purely related to working around the sexual health of the patient, be it a male, female or any other gender fluid में कोई है तो anything regarding their intimacy related is what we take care about. Also, a primary informations about their sexually transmitted infections is what we give information about. But gynac is something purely dedicated to women, women's reproductive health. फिर वो उनका जो भी डिलीवरी रिलेटेड हो या कोई कैंसर्स रिलेटेड हो या सारा एवरीथिंग अराउंड द रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन उसके रिलेटेड में जाएगा आपका. सेम वे सेक्सुअल हेल्थ में ना आपको मेंटल एस्पेक्ट भी आता है एंड फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट भी आता है. सो देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज यूरोलॉजिस्ट, जो मेल्स गाइनैक्स बहुत फीमेल कॉमन होता है कि इक्विवेलेंट गिना जाता है, गाइनैक का इक्विवेलेंट इज यूरोलॉजी गिना जाता है. तो उसमें मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव का जो फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट्स आता है दैट इज व्हाट दे टेक केयर ऑफ. And sexual health में what we corely practice is psychosexual problems. That is mental health के साथ जो आपको sexual health के related problems and intimacy related problems आ रहे, that is what I take care of, and sexologist will be taking care of it.
Interesting. And you know what happens in our brain before sex, during sex, and after sex?
Okay. So very first I want to explain that intimacy is not equals to sex. First of all, there is a very big myth that people think intimacy means just sex. Intimacy starts outside bedroom, which commonly is known as foreplay. So a non-sexual touch, a communication, a eye-to-eye contact, or a simple hug, that also can be a part of intimacy which grows. So all these things creates a bond which in neurochemical words, which I have to explain you, it gives you oxytocin release. Okay, that is something which is related to your love and calming along with serotonin, which will help you. So that is something which is before sex. During sex, when the couple is into the intercourse or the process of sex, during that, once they ejaculate, that's when the dopamine hit comes in, where they feel rewarded. It's like an equivalent to anything which feels you successful in life. If I give you 10 crores a check right now, you would feel ecstatic. तो बट केमिकली जो मैं बोलूँगा तो उसमें वो आपको एक डोपामिन का जो रिवॉर्ड आ रहा है ना, दैट इज व्हाट यू गेट इट ओवर देयर. एंड पोस्ट दैट जो बॉन्ड डेवलप हो रहा है अगेन ऑक्सीटोसिन का आने लगे वंस यू एजैकुलेट, जो ऑर्गेजम की तरफ आता है. एंड पोस्ट दैट जो रिलैक्स और जो फीलिंग्स आ रही है अगेन देयर वेयर ऑक्सीटोसिन एंड सेरोटोनिन विल कम इन प्ले फॉर यू.
And you know, is it similar for men and women, the chemical processes that happen before, during, and after? It's same for men and women?
So biologically, men and women chemical wise is more or less on the similar grounds only. There's no major difference because brain is wired in a similar form and the neurotransmitters under similar form. It is just that it is not just about the neurochemicals. There's also other aspects of emotions. There is a over here center में if I have to call, there's amygdala करके, there's a brain part जो आपके सारे emotions और इसके साथ में connected है. So that is the one which plays a lot of different roles in it, कि क्या कैसे stimulate करना है, and also how is the personality of the males and females. So I'll say there's a very common myth that men can have sex anytime they want, but women always take time and they require time. But why I call it a myth is because it's not true for every man. There are many men who require that emotional bonding also because the EQ is increasing with the today's world, and that changes. So there is not a major physiological difference, but due to other factors, difference can occur at times.
Interesting. And does that mean that, you know, I mean, talking about sex is more important between the couples?
Absolutely. It's like something can be just a dinner table talk also, which is very much restricted in our today's society. But yes, बिल्कुल वो होना चाहिए, because more you discuss things, you explore. because sexuality is something which does not come like post 18 or something. It is there since your childhood, and every human being keeps exploring about it since then. It's just that when they do not communicate, it's just locked up somewhere inside. So the more you talk, better it is.
Interesting. And you know, since we are talking about psychiatry and psychology, sexology, how does mental health of a person impact, you know, their sexual lives?
Okay, so you can think it is like a bi-directional thing. A healthy mental life can lead to a good sex, and a good sex can support a good mental life also. To break it down a little more simpler for you is because, as I said, that emotion aspect also plays a very major role, and more than 50% of the sex is in the brain. Mechanical act is a very different thing what you are doing, but along with that there's a lot of things which are there in your brain which has to work fine. So अगर आप जिस दिन stressed हो, simple, not even have to be a mental disorder, आप stressed हो, tired हो, उस दिन आप जब sex के लिए जाते हो, and the pleasure what you get, and the day when you are relaxed, you have a week off and you're chilling, and when you get intimate with your partner, it's a completely different experiences altogether. So it's very important that mental health पे भी आप अपने ध्यान रखें, so that your sex life can be good. And sex is also being used as a good coping mechanism for many people with for a good mental health to be maintained.
एंड यू नो, आपने अपनी प्रैक्टिस में अभी तक क्या देखा है, किस एज ग्रुप के एंड कौन से जेंडर के लोग ज़्यादातर आते हैं फॉर कंसल्टेशन?
So, to be honest, I have worked in different parts of India. So, it is varies according to geography also in my experience, what I would say. So, मेरी current practice Bombay में मैं जब देख रहा हूँ, I have a set of people coming from 20 to 25, and after that I have 40 to 55 के range में. These are the two main age groups, males predominantly, जो मेरे पास आ रहे हैं. But at the same time, मेरे counterparts में जो मैंने सुना है कि there are a lot of couples who are also open, and the women's also come up over here in Bombay. But at the same time, when I was practicing in Mysore, if I were to say, I had a major crowd which was always 40 to 60 के range में. Young crowd was very less over there comparatively, who used to come down and talk about all these problems. So that is how I have seen more.
And usually what kind of you know, issues or things they are coming up with? I mean, when you talked about, you know, men are predominantly 20 to 25, and then, you know, you have a range from 40 to 60. So what issues are they coming up with?
So two most common issues के साथ people come across is that one is erectile dysfunction, or commonly called as ED, place where they are not able to sustain good erections or not have it as hard as it used to be earlier for a predominant period. Second thing is the timing को लेके issues. These are the two predominant diagnostic wise, I have to say, the cases come across, and major chunk of patients are just for myth busting is what I would say over there. The most common thing they keep coming across is that we want to increase the size of our penis and we want to work on those grounds, or else दूसरा चीज लेके कि when we want to go for multiple rounds. These two things के ऊपर there is a lot of work which the patients keep coming and asking questions around with.
And each of the things that you know, spoke about, so there's an erectile dysfunction. So what really is that? And you know, you as a doctor, what is your suggestion to the patients?
Okay, so see, erectile dysfunction, जैसे मैंने बताया कि if you want to understand, you cannot have a perfect sex and perfect erection always. Nobody can have a perfect day every time. तो sex is same. First you have to understand that concept कि अगर आप expect कर रहे हो कि every time आप जब intimate हो रहे हो आप 100% दे पाओगे and you enjoy it in the same way, is not going to happen. So उसको ED नहीं बोलते. I wanted to specify that. ED will be जब कि आपका penis जो साइज और लेंथ और गर्थ में हमेशा फुल इरेक्शन में जब आता है उतना हार्ड हो पा रहा है कि नहीं, एंड ड्यूरिंग द एंटायर प्रोसेस ऑफ इंटरकोर्स वो मेंटेन हो पा रहा है कि नहीं. दैट इज, अगर वो नहीं हो रहा है फॉर एटलीस्ट 6 months, दैट्स व्हेन वी विल कंसिडर इट टू बी डायग्नोसिंग एज ईडी. नथिंग बिफोर दैट एज सच टू बी क्लिनिकली डायग्नोज दैट. तो उसके लिए सेकेंडली, ड्यूरिंग फोर प्ले, it's like 15-20 minutes जा रहे हो, your penis does not have to be hard every time on that entire act, because कुछ चीज़ें आपके लिए pleasurable होगी, कुछ लिए आपके पार्टनर के लिए होगी. So if it is not that pleasurable for you, your penis might go down, and that is normal again. So जिसका that is not ED. So what I would always say is that do not get yourself overwhelmed over that कि भाई आज रात को perform नहीं हुआ है, आज दिन में नहीं हुआ है. नाउ आई एम डूम्ड, अब मुझे ईडी हो गया, अब आई हैव टू गो इनटू ऑल सोशल मीडिया पे मोस्ट कॉमनली अवेलेबल थिंग्स, शिलाजीत खाओ या XYZ चीज़ें खाओ तो ही मैं ठीक हो जाऊंगा, और एल्स people just go and take up blue pills which commonly is been popped by patients without any knowing कि क्या हो सकता है. So I would always say कि calm yourself down and ask how was your day at that time, think about it first, take a break and then retry with your partner. After couple of times when you're still feeling, then approach your doctor to discuss कि भाई ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, what do I need to do, so that we can evaluate whether it's on lines of ED or it is just a simple where you got anxious or worried about it and वो performance pressure बन गया उसके लिए and which had led to this problem.
And usually which you have seen this in which age group?
So see, erectile dysfunction की अगर हम बात करें तो उसके मोस्ट कॉमनली 3 कॉजेस में आता है ना. एक है लाइफस्टाइल, एक है फिजिकल और एक है साइकोलॉजिकल. साइकोलॉजिकल का मोस्ट कॉमन एक मेंटल हेल्थ एस्पेक्ट हो गया, जहाँ आपको वेरियस मेंटल हेल्थ डिसऑर्डर्स लाइक डिप्रेशन, एंग्जाइटी या दूसरी चीज़ें हो सकती है जिसके साथ आपको ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, विच हैज़ टू बी डेल्ट सेपरेटली. बट दूसरा एक मेजर एस्पेक्ट होता है लो सेल्फ एस्टीम, लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस बेसिकली, जिससे होता है, विच इज़ कॉमन इन एंटायर एज ग्रुप. I have got men even at 50 when they failed once in their life and they've got so panicked and worked up about it कि they could not perform. And there are many men before marriage also they just are worried कि भाई हमने कभी किया नहीं, हमें नहीं पता कैसे होगा हमारा sex life आगे. So because of which this can happen. The psychological reason is common in the very entire age group. The physical reason, that is अगर आपको शुगर, डायबिटीज़ का प्रॉब्लम है, हाई ब्लड प्रेशर का प्रॉब्लम है, थायराइड इश्यूज है, सिंपलेस्ट विटामिन डी या विटामिन B12 कम है आपके बॉडी में, can lead to this problem. So ये मैंने more commonly 35 to 45 के एज ग्रुप में देखा है. First it was like 45 प्लस में ये होता था, but the changing time a decade earlier आने लगा है आजकल पेशेंट्स को. So that is the age group for this reason. Another is lifestyle का problems. Lifestyle में what I would say is, one, if there is no healthy exercises or there is no healthy eating which is happening, or there is smoking, drinking which is involved predominantly, can lead to your ED problem. तो ये again कॉमन सारे एज ग्रुप में आता है, बट प्रॉब्लम फॉर्म होने के लिए अराउंड 30 to 40 में होता है, बिकॉज व्हेन दे आर टेकिंग इट फॉर कपल ऑफ इयर्स, दैट्स व्हेन इट स्टार्ट्स लीडिंग टू दिस प्रॉब्लम. सो दैट्स व्हाई.
And this pornography is one of the big things. So how does pornography lead to or not lead to ED?
Okay, so pornography can lead to ED and it cannot also lead to ED. It's both the thing. I'll walk you through both. So first, how does it lead to ED? Basically, there are many men जिन्होंने teens से they have seen pornography and they've never experienced real sex till the time they've got married, for example. So their expectations are set wrongly. They expect the women or the men to be in a particular physique, particular appearances, particular sizes. तो वो रियल लाइफ में जब नहीं दिखता है, because of which there is a disappointment and they are not able to focus and they are not able to perform. So that is one aspect. Second aspect is overstimulation. So when you go in real life to have sex or when you go for the foreplay part, it's quite slow and it's gradually which is going to build in your head. But on screen, people have short clips today which is directly stimulating to them, taking to that dopamine peak. What we spoke in the earlier कि dopamine जब का gradual rise होता है when you ejaculate and you get that reward वाला feeling, because of this constant stimulation through porn, उस brain is so used to that high stimulus, when you are going in the other activities, वो stimulus का level ही नहीं पहुंच पाता. So because of which they are not getting complete erection and they are not able to complete the act over there. So that's how it is that where the pornography becomes a problem for them also, and they are not able to perform sex and it leads to your ED का part में. And pornography does not lead ED के लिए. What I would like to tell you over here, explain is, see, pornography में कैसा होता है कि it is the one of the oldest guiding tool, what I want to tell you, because many people will oppose me on this aspect also कि how can you say that is teaching, but people are not talking about sex today. So that is the only thing which they understand. क्योंकि मेरे पास कितने couples, though it is not a right place, कि infertility को related आता है कि we are not able to conceive, so I do direct them to the right gynac या उसके लिए. But when I ask them simple कि आप सेक्स कैसे किया है, क्या किया है, there are many cases which have told me they don't know where exactly to insert and what is the process of that also. So as such patients, what I've realized that like काफ़ी लोग pornography से when I've asked कहाँ से सीखा, किससे बात हुआ, हाँ सर इसमें देखा था, porn में देखा था, जिससे समझ में आया and that they've learned. also.
That's very interesting to know. Yeah, because otherwise it's always a negative aspect of pornography.
Exactly. So because we lack sex education in our country today, so this is like one of the way, not the healthy way, and I do not promote it. But now what we have to try to make best out of it. That's what my patients have reported. That's when even I realized, because so far everyone, as you said, हमेशा negative aspect देखा, and even I saw this. But when you start practicing and you start asking them more about these, you realize that okay, people can use things in a positive manner. how we say कि social media भी useful हो सकता है. It is something like that कि some people do benefit out of it also.
Interesting. And you know, ED के लिए जब patients आते हैं, pornography and ED का जो हम impact की बात कर रहे थे, so typically how do you know, take this case when a patients come to you and you realize that, you know, it's maybe because of pornography that this is happening. So what exactly is your course of action as a doctor?
Okay. So there is one common thought process ke, first of all, if they are doing it, watching porn probably twice a week, thrice a week, every day, for all these numbers, everybody thinks that I am having excessive watching and excessive stimulation हो रहा है मेरे लिए, या मैं बहुत ज़्यादा porn addict हो चुका हूँ, which is not true again. So first मेरा step is always to identify what is the frequency, and उसके पहले is that followed by a desire. अगर आपको इच्छा हो रही है और आप वो सेक्स कर पॉर्न देख रहे हो, देन इट इज़ नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम अबाउट इट. बट अगर इट इज़ फॉर्म इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ डिपेंडेंसी, और इट इज़ इन द फॉर्म वेर यू रिक्वायर इट फॉर द कोपिंग स्किल्स, और विदाउट दैट इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर यू टू हैव सेक्स. So the first thing is what I work around with my psychologist and the patient about that is to how to reduce that and replace it. Because you cannot go cold turkey. अचानक से मैंने कुछ भी चीज़ उनके लिए पूरा बंद कर दिया, so they will be disturbed and they will not feel comfortable, because if that is what they have been doing for years. So the first step for us goes is over there creating an awareness and explaining them about कि आप gradually reduce करो and followed it by desire. रिड्यूस फिर वो डेली भी करो तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं, रिड्यूस करो, इट शुड बी ओनली फॉलोड कि मुझे इच्छा हो रही है, मन हो रहा है, ना कि मुझे बोर हो रहा है, मुझे स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, मुझे कुछ करने के लिए नहीं. I'll just watch it and it's not like a Netflix and thing what we do about it. So that is my first step to start with them. There are some patients जिनके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा सीवियर होता है, it is difficult to work around it. There are certain medications which we can work around with. So medications actively thoughts नहीं बंद करेंगे, but medications क्या कर सकते हैं, अगेन जो आपका ये डोपामिन का रिवॉर्ड दे रहा है उसको, उसका लेवल्स मैं कम करवा सकता हूँ विद द हेल्प ऑफ मेडिकेशंस ग्रेजुअली, जिससे पेशेंट्स को वो जो स्टिमुलस उस लेवल का मिल रहा है वो नहीं मिलता, तो उनके ऊपर खुद का सेल्फ कंट्रोल बढ़ने लगेगा. सो दैट इज हाउ अ मेडिसिन कैन हेल्प दोज पेशेंट्स टू ओवरकम ओवर इट. सो इट्स अ ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस टू वर्क ऑन इट एंड टू बिल्ड ऑन इट. एंड इफ इट इज विद समवन वेयर ही और शी हैज अ पार्टनर जिनके साथ हो रहा है, सो वी एनकरेज मोर एक्टिविटीज एंड प्लान्ड एक्टिविटीज विद द पार्टनर over porn gradually, so that it gets replaced and the stimulus is on the same level for them.
And you know, the medicines that you spoke about, you say dopamine आप कम कर रहे हैं, तो मतलब does that impact during the sexual act as well?
So dopamine कम कर रहे हैं as in it will not directly go where your levels have gone down. So but what happens over there is that concept over there is जो availability होती है उस चीज़ के लिए जो पाथवे में, उसको थोड़ा हम कम रिस्ट्रिक्ट करवाने में हेल्प कर सकते हैं विद द सेरोटोनिन एंड डोपामिन का लेवल्स में उसके लिए. बट दैट विल नॉट इम्पैक्ट योर प्लेजर लेवल्स कंप्लीटली. बट येस, एवरी मेडिसिन एंड एवरीथिंग इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड हैज़ अ साइड इफेक्ट. If not monitored or taken for a very prolonged use unmonitored, then it might reduce your libido or sexual desires also. So it's a game of balance which we always observe, keep having a follow-up with patient and plan it accordingly.
And typically for, you know, how much of duration are these medicines given?
So if I would say if a patient is very much compliant with me and is following all my advices as I've told, and also my psychologist's advice as I've told, so on an average of 1 to 4 months mein we can close down their medications completely also, and they can recover from this completely. But if they are not, or they are just on medicines but they are not following the techniques what we are trying to explain them, then there's no limit to it to stop, because there's no medicine which can just change or work on your thoughts. That is something, it is inbuilt, which you have to work around with. I can help you to increase your tolerance or change things around it, बट अल्टीमेटली अगर वो अंदर से डिज़ायर या वर्क करने का इच्छा नहीं है, देन इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे फॉर अस.
एंड यू नो, आपने ईडी के बारे में बात किया था, एंड देन यू आल्सो स्पोक अबाउट प्रीमेच्योर इजैकुलेशन. सो वो क्या होती है एंड किस वजह से होती है?
करेक्ट. So premature ejaculation, or commonly called as PE or PME, that is when आपका intercourse का time is less than 1 to 2 minutes is called as premature ejaculation. So most common along with this is like expectations is to go for hours. Everybody dreams of that, but that's not real. To diagnose this as illness, जब वो penetrative sex का timing is less than 1 to 2 minutes is when you call it as PE. Anything above that is considered to be normal. Average Indian men का timing as per the research it claims that around 3.5 to 4 minutes के range में होता है, but that is not what we are targeting at. Our target is anything about 2 minutes and we are good to go as per the diagnostics also what we want to go about it. So अभी इसमें again gross criteria as we discussed पहले कि physical, lifestyle and psychological में आते हैं. So those are coexisting for this also. But along with this there are two things which add on a lot over here. Cause one एक होता है glance hypersensitivity. So if I want to make it very simple, a penis है. May I just borrow that pen to explain? So if this is the penis, this is the front head part. जिनको फोरस्किन है आगे का, आप अगर इसको पुल डाउन करते हो तो ये एरिया जो होता है उसको ग्लांस पीनस बोला जाता है. यहाँ मेजर सेंसेशंस होते हैं मेन के लिए जिनको उनको सारी चीज़ें फील हो रही है ड्यूरिंग सेक्स, वो हाइपर सेंसिटिव हो जाता है. वेयर द मोमेंट यू टच काइंड ऑफ ऑल्सो भी जाएगा ना तो दे एंड अप एजैकुलेटिंग देयर सीमेन. सो दैट इज वन ऑफ द मेजर कॉज. So there are multiple theories about it, but no concluded reasons for why this happens. One of the theories state that there are many men जिन्होंने कभी foreskin पीछे किया ही ना हो. They've never experienced that. So when they are in adulthood या जब वो sex चालू करते हैं तब वो पीछे जाता है और they work around it. That's when they realize because it's not exposed, so it takes time for them because of which they get PME. The another most common is when they are in the habit of hurried masturbation. So सिंस चाइल्डहुड बहुत लोगों के पास प्रिवेसी इश्यूज होता है और बहुत लोगों के पास दे जस्ट केयर अबाउट इजैकुलेशन बिकॉज एज आई सेड वो हिट मिलता है उनको, तो दे जस्ट केयर अबाउट दोज फीलिंग. सो जब वो हरीड मास्टरबेशन करने के लिए जल्दी जल्दी जस्ट खत्म करने, दे डोंट वांट टू एंजॉय द एक्ट. सो ब्रेन डज नॉट नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन मास्टरबेशन एंड सेक्स बिकॉज वो हार्मोन केमिकली तो सारा कुछ सेम ही हो रहा है आपके लिए. सो दैट ऑल्सो वेन एवर यू गो फॉर सेक्शुअल एक्टिविटी इट फील्स ओके मुझे अभी इजैकुलेट करवाना है and it goes into that pattern. Along with all the other causes which I mentioned in the previous part, these two are one of the most common causes which leads to premature ejaculation for our patients.
And you as a doctor, what is your course of action if someone has this thing?
So premature ejaculation के लिए usually first step is always my history to identify. I always tell my patients कि do not run behind medicines because sexual health की most medications जो हम दे रहे हैं they are for support. They are not going to be able to cure you completely. अगर आप कॉज आइडेंटिफाई नहीं करोगे, सिर्फ दवाइयों पे लेते रहोगे, दवाई बंद करेंगे कुछ महीने बाद वो रिलैप्स आ जाएगा आपको फिर उसके लिए. सो फर्स्ट आइडेंटिफाई कहाँ आपका कॉज आ रहा है, कि वो फिजिकल में जा रहा है, साइकोलॉजिकल में जा रहा है, लाइफस्टाइल में जा रहा है, हरीड मास्टरबेशन में है, सेंसिटिविटी इश्यूज है, कहाँ है, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली फर्स्ट वी हैव टू प्लान द ट्रीटमेंट. सो नाउ जैसे ग्लैंस हाइपर सेंसिटिविटी मैंने आपको बताया, सो देर आर टेक्निक्स समथिंग कॉल्ड एज डीसेंसिटाइजेशन वेयर माई साइकोलॉजिस्ट टीचेस देम how to make this penis less sensitive and which is pleasurable for them and not hypersensitive and where they ejaculate. There are certain steps in that which they can work and they have to practice. It's a form of an exercise which they have to do it on daily basis which will help them to build this practice. Same way goes for your hurried masturbation. So अभी suddenly तो आप अपने आप को उसको prolong नहीं कर पाओगे. So there is something called as edging technique or start and stop technique which we teach them कि gradually किस तरह से आप अपने आप को stimulate करो, then stop करो, stimulate करो and stop करो, which will help you to build your timing. So that is again in the therapy we teach them. Along with that, because कोई भी चीज़ आप exercise के form में करोगे, it will take time. Even if today I want to lose weight, if I start, 1 महीना तो लगेगा कुछ basic change आने के लिए. Same चीज़ इसमें भी applicable. So we do add on certain medications for their support to make it easier and to give a positive reinforcement for them to bring that confidence कि चीज़ें बदलने लगती हैं उनके लिए. So medicines becomes first step along with these techniques what we discussed about. And thirdly, some things about diet. Diet do not play a direct role about it, but there are certain foods which can help you for a healthy sex life in general, which can be considered. So those are the things which we can work on plan of action.
And for diet, what are these kind of foods that can help in healthy sexual life?
So to be very honest, simplest, to give you first I'll give you the scientific and then we'll enlist the names. L-arginine is one of the component which should be taken. L-arginine बोलेंगे तो it's a type of amino acid which is a subpart of a protein. So everybody knows protein. उसको breakdown में amino acid उसमें एक specific L-arginine वाला जो है, it has research has shown that it helps a lot for the men and women for the good sexual life. So उसके rich foods लेना is what will help you. So now I'll give you a list. The most common way to remember is try to increase all your green leafy vegetables. Try to include all your red colored fruits as per the seasons. Include your almonds and walnuts in your diet. Include your sunflower flax seeds in your diet, which will help. Curd, which will help you. And if you're non-veg, if you eat non-veg, then you can consider fish, which can help you more compared to other non-vegetarian things. So these are the common things which you have more in your diet will naturally help you to build your sexual stamina and sexual desires also. But it is not that कि मैंने ये खाया then I can perform hours or I will never have a problem. It is something for healthy lifestyle. How I want to maintain my physical health, there are set of rules what we can follow. Same way these are for the diet for the healthy sexual life what you can follow.
And you know, in between you spoke about masturbation. So how important is masturbation in someone's sexual life?
So I believe it is something which is purely a choice what a person can have about. There are people who can not masturbate ever in their life and still be okay with it, and there are some who enjoy it on whatever frequency they want to about it. So, but those, in my experience, I have observed that those who have explored their own body, with masturbation being one of its aspect, I tend to understand and enjoy sex little more compared to the ones who have not tried. And definitely there is no harm in masturbating, for sure. It can just give positive effects but not negative effects.
Because I think one thing that at least I as a teenager remember was कि masturbation नहीं करना चाहिए, नहीं तो you know you'll have more urges and you'll end up doing sex earlier.
Yes. So that is one of the biggest myths which what people live with. In fact, आप masturbate कर लोगे, it will satisfy your urge. So उल्टा वो जो desire बार बार आ रही है, उसके related जो thoughts आ रहे हैं, that will calm down and it will be more beneficial for you. But definitely, उसका flip side is that anything in excess is not good also, kind of a thing. So masturbation again, out of desire and out of patterns, if you're doing it, is not healthy. Followed by desire, then it is good. But बाकी कोई ऐसा side effect नहीं है masturbation में.
And you know, talking about other myths as well that you mentioned. So one of them were, you know, penis enlarge करने का. So what exactly is that, and what do you suggest the clients when they come for it?
So yeah, that is something which we get day in and day out. So first thing I want to start with, again explain क्या है size के related, and then we can go about this penis enlargement. A erect penis of 2 inches at least minimum is considered to be normal. That is approximately 5 centimeters. Anything about that size or more is normal. You do not have to worry about it. There's a logic behind it also. So female का जो sexual organ है, that is vagina का जो part है, it's on an average approx 6 inches in size, and आगे के 2 inches जो है, that has the maximum nerve endings which can give them the sensations, pleasures जो हम बोल रहे हैं. So that is why when that 2 inches is penetrable, so that is will give your partner a pleasure, and you are getting pleasure from the front part, which satisfies any woman if you want to go ahead with. So that is why कि उससे बड़ा size matter नहीं करता, उससे छोटा of 1 centimeter when it is not erect doesn't matter again for us. Now coming to कि भाई sir मुझे बड़ा करना है, and sadly in our country there are multiple boards which are put upon and multiple places which are put upon, have this pill, use this oil, do XYZ things which will enlarge your penis. It's all myth. Today I clearly tell my patients that अगर आपके पास आज कोई आके बोल रहा है ना मैं आपके पेनिस का साइज बढ़ा दूंगा, they're just trying to take money out of you, boss. So be away from them. The way after a point I cannot increase your height, I cannot increase your penis length. That is what you're born with, and we cannot change that aspect. And there's nothing even in your childhood you can do that can increase your penis length also. But yes, there is another option which is only surgically you can put a mechanical penis which can do it. Penile transplant जिसको बोला जाता है, a neurosurgeon usually advises, but it is not for increasing your penis size. It is for the men. because उनको कोई ऐसी physical conditions है because of which they cannot get erections at all. कितनी भी medicines दे दो, injections दे दो, it does not work for them because the blood flow जो चाहिए उसके लिए, it is not working over there. So for them, this penile transplant is indicated because any surgery there has a lot of complications and risk factors also. So a doctor will evaluate million things over there first before suggesting you about that. So yes, we have made a progress where we have an options about it available. Penile transplants, there are various types and we can work around. But that is something as a last resort for the people who are not able to get erections, not for something on size for sure.
But I think for a man, it's like the manhood is decided by,
Exactly.
so it's a cultural thing as well. Maybe it's not only that, and also, I mean, does the woman get equal pleasure? Because I think from women's perspective also, in our heads, it's more like size agar bada hoga, to pleasure zyada hoga.
Exactly. So this is where one of the deep-rooted myth is there. बिकॉज बचपन से यही सुना है बड़ा है तो बेटर है करके, बट लॉजिक क्या है उसमें कि ये साइज का कोई गेम ही नहीं है. आपको जो प्लेजर मिल रहा है वो सारा ब्रेन में है. अ विमेन कैन इवन हैव अ ऑर्गेजम विदाउट पेनिट्रेटिव सेक्स ऑल्सो. दैट्स व्हाट मास्टरबेशन इन विमेन गोज अराउंड विद. आप फिंगरिंग क्लाइटोरल रब से करो तो साइज का आइडियली तो कोई लेना देना ही नहीं. सो दैट वे तो बड़ा है. इट माइट नॉट कम आउट इन अ राइट वे, बट जब आप वजाइनल बर्थ दे रहे हो, देयर इज अ ह्यूज बेबी कमिंग आउट ऑफ इट जिसका हेड इज 10 सेंटीमीटर्स अप्रॉक्सीमेटली. दैट इज सो पेनफुल फॉर वुमेन, राइट? सो इफ इट इज मोर बिग, इट इज गोइंग टू बी पेनफुल फॉर देम ऑल्सो, बट दे फील बिकॉज दे हैव सीन लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स इन दैट वे. इट्स लाइक इक्वली जैसे वी एशियंस आर ऑन अ ब्राउन स्किन मोर ओवर compared to the Western world. Western worlds are more fair skin. So there's a constant race कि हमें गोरा दिखना है तो ही हम अच्छे दिखते हैं. The definition, societal norms have come in that way. The same thing has come on size. Because of the pornographic industry, people have seen those things over there in that sizes, those colors. So that is what they expect कि यही better होगा. And they show in the videos they can go long. But in today's world, so many people are just using those rubbers and silicons in it. And thanks to the beautiful video editings, people don't even realize that. That is not real and that is not exactly how pleasurable it can be. So, and for women also, it will not make a difference based on size, for sure. But yes, if you have a perspective on those lines, will make a difference. It's like saying कि अगर आप सोच के रखे हो कि मुझे यही ऐसा चाहिए जिससे प्लेजर मिलेगा, मैं कुछ भी कर लूँ, it will not work out in your favor. Because that is why the brain and the reproductive organs are very strongly connected over here for your pleasures.
And again, talking about myths, so are there other kinds of myths that you've seen in your male clients?
Yes. So another most common myth what they come across with is that my semen, which is coming out, first of all they call it as sperm, कि sperm बहुत पतला निकल रहा है. गाढ़ा होगा तो ही मुझे बच्चे हो पाएंगे, वरना वो नहीं बच्चे हो पाएंगे. Which is also again not true, to be honest, because semen has sperm plus other ejaculatory fluid. मतलब वो ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो स्पर्म को हेल्दी मेंटेन रखने के लिए उसका खाना पीना है. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट फॉर्म कि जो रिक्वायर्ड है उसके लिए. सो दैट कैन वेरी इन बेस्ड ऑन अदर मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स. इट हैज़ नो कोरिलेशन विथ योर स्पर्म हेल्थ और फॉर यू टू हैव अ बेबी और नॉट. सो दैट इज अनदर थिंग विच दे कॉमनली रन अराउंड विथ एंड कीप पॉपिंग पिल्स एंड मेडिकेशंस एंड एवरीथिंग कि भाई वो बेटर कर दो. अनदर थिंग इज दे वांटेड एज वाइट एज मिल्क इज व्हाट दे से. It makes no difference over there also. It can be from grayish white to white, cream. Everything is okay and normal. Only thing जब वो red, yellow, green दिखल रहा है, that is when you have some infection or blood coming, which you need to get checked. बाकी सारे colors are completely normal. You have nothing to worry on those grounds. One more most common myth around masturbation goes is, if I'm masturbating, I have hair loss, I have body pain, I cannot see with it, my body has gone completely wasted. Which all leads to this. It's a myth. Another most common, they come with night falls, where apne aap there is an ejaculatory fluid which comes out. Early mornings is usually it comes out, and they say that they have lost everything in their life out of it. So it was called as dhat in Sanskrit for us, where it was diagnosed in South Asia majorly as dhat syndrome also now. What does that mean is, Dhat is coming from dhatu. Dhatu is basically iron, which is most important for our body. In older generation is what it was believed, and you're losing it. So you will have all the weakness, aches, pains, body ache. Every complaint what you want is because of that which is happening, which is not true. The only thing what that semen is supposed to do is give you a child if you want. Otherwise, it's a waste product of your body.
So basically उसका बाकी चीजों पे कोई
कोई
impact
कनेक्शन
नहीं
नहीं
है.
है. बिकॉज वो जो बनता है वो आपके टेस्टिकल्स में बनता है, वहां से एक पाइप से जाता है कनेक्ट होके, वो आपके पीनस में एंटर करता है. पीरियड. वो कहीं बॉडी में ब्लड के साथ भी नहीं मिल रहा, कहीं कुछ और नहीं जा रहा है, उसका जर्नी ही कहीं नहीं है. इट इज जस्ट इन दैट मच पार्ट. तो उसके लिए उसका कोई कोरिलेशन ही नहीं आ रहा है. बट बिकॉज द साइकोसोमैटिक सिम्टम्स जो हमारा बोले जाते हैं, दैट इंक्रीजेज विद दिस, बिकॉज देयर इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग रूटेड मिथ विच इज वर्किंग अराउंड विद इट, विच लीड्स टू दिस प्रॉब्लम.
एंड जैसे कि आप नाइटफॉल पे बात कर रहे हैं, तो नाइटफॉल होना या फिर नहीं होना, डज इट इम्पैक्ट how much pleasure you feel in sex, during sex?
No. There is no correlation between the pleasure and nightfall. Nightfall is something, I'll give you an example. ये मेरा कप है, मैं इसमें पानी भरते जा रहा हूँ, मैंने ब्रिम तक भर चुका हूँ. अगर मैं उसको पानी फेंकूंगा नहीं, यहाँ से निकालूंगा नहीं कहीं से, और थोड़ा डाला, इट्स गोइंग टू ओवरफ्लो. नाइटफॉल इज जस्ट दैट. अगर आप सेक्स नहीं कर रहे हो, आप मास्टरबेट नहीं कर रहे हो, प्रोडक्शन ऑफ स्पर्म नहीं रुक रहा है आपकी बॉडी में, वो कंटिन्यूस हो रहा है, तो वो जो उसका स्टोरेज कैपेसिटी वो फुल हुआ, देन इट विल स्टार्ट पुटिंग इन दैट पाइप, एंड वो धीरे 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 आगे आएगा. अल्टीमेटली द पाइप फॉर यूरिनेटिंग एंड द पाइप फॉर द स्पर्म टू कम आउट, सीमेन टू कम आउट, इज द सेम. सो उसमें नाइटफॉल होता है फिर. So that is just overflowing what is happening. It has no relation with your pleasure related.
Interesting. And we have spoken about men. Now let's talk about women.
Yes.
So usually what are the issues that women come to you with?
One of the most common cause for which women come across is something vaginismus. So vaginismus is first, usually they approach gynac, and that is the right step even I would say. Vaginismus is a condition जहाँ involuntarily they do not want, it's not under their control, but उनके vagina के आजू बाजू, the inner thigh muscles, they get very tight, as tight like even if force with your finger if you try, you will not be able to penetrate inside. And in their head they are ready to have sex, they want to do it, but their body does not respond to that. The pelvic floor muscles have got that tight. That is one major aspect. So there are certain physical causes इसमें, pelvic floor muscles के आजू बाजू की कुछ चीज़ें हैं. So that is why I always say कि first gynac visit होना चाहिए. They should do an examination for it. If they say we physically everything is okay, that's when we label them vaginismus, and they can be referred to a psychiatrist, or a gynac can treat, or a sexologist can treat them about it. So इसका one of the another cause why this is happening is, again, at least in our country, what I've observed is a cultural background which is leading to it. Sex is a big thing which you should not have it at all before marriage, or you should not even talk about it. It's ingrained in their head. And वही चीज़ the moment they are married, the next day बोलेंगे बच्चा कब दे रहे हो आप. It's like you go into arranged marriage and the first night is expected to happen when the poor girl has not been taught anything. Leave apart guys, girls are not taught anything. So for them this is a big thing to drastic shift आता है काफ़ी लोगों, because of which this happens. That even if they are willing and they've adapted to this, but this is one of the reasons. Second is if there has been any kind of sexual abuse in childhood, not necessarily in the form of rape, but it could also be where they have been groped, touched, or verbally abused, which makes it difficult for them to get intimate with anyone, because of which also this situation can be triggered. So these things have to be very sensitively be taken care about and evaluated, and then work around with it. So medicine wise there's not much, but therapy wise we can work on multiple grounds over here with the patients and help them. And there's one another thing what women like we can work around is something called as dilators, where they are taught certain relaxation techniques, and penis shaped there are dilators which are in the smallest size as that pen, and which gradually increases in size. It's the number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of, where it comes in glass, silicone, plastic, which they are asked to gradually penetrate inside, so that it's like exposure response कि मैं छोटी चीज़ से चालू कर रहा हूँ, gradually build कर रहा हूँ, तो उनको comfort मिलने लगे. After the therapy sessions where they are prepared about it, this is how you can work with. This is like the first thing which most common women come across with me. Second thing what commonly what they come across is लो सेक्शुअल डिज़ायर, इच्छा ही नहीं होती सेक्स की. ये पोस्ट प्रेगनेंसी मैंने बहुत कॉमनली देखा हुआ है, एंड इन 40s ड्यूरिंग मेनोपॉजल एज, एंड ऑल्सो इन 50s वैसे से मन नहीं करता, अब हमें इच्छा नहीं होती है. इन सब के फेजेस में पोस्टपार्टम देयर इज अ कंप्लीट हार्मोनल शिफ्ट विच हैज हैपेंड. इफ यू डू नॉट, एंड अगर वजाइनल डिलीवरी हो या सी सेक्शन हुआ हो, the women goes into a complete different role, and if you do not understand and respect that of your partner, sex becomes difficult for them because things have been painful for them. तो वो transition में उनको difficulty आती है. Same way around menopause, hormonals play a very major role, जिससे उनका lubrication कम होता है, dryness ज़्यादा feel होती है as one of the symptoms of also menopause, जिसके कारण sex becomes painful for them, which is difficult. And thirdly, as I said, 50-60s में what I have observed is sex has never been pleasurable for them. एक मिथ नहीं बोलूँगा, बट एक परसेप्शन चल रहा है हमेशा, सेक्स मतलब men will come, they go on women missionary position में, they do it for few seconds, minute, whatever, they ejaculate, period. That is not sex, and they have not worked anything with their partner, nothing for their pleasure. So after a point उनको लगता है बच्चे हो गए, सब हो गया, मेरे लिए कुछ नहीं है, तो मैं क्यों करूँ ये, जो चीज़ में मुझे नहीं मज़ा आ रहा है, आई कैन से नो. सो दैट इज़ वाई ऑल्सो दिस थिंग कम्स अप. सो लो सेक्शुअल डिज़ायर, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट डेफिनेटली हार्मोनल्स एंड बाकी जो फिजिकल फैक्टर्स है, अल्कोहल, स्मोकिंग, ये सारे फैक्टर्स है, दैट गोज फॉर एवरी वन, बट दीज आर समथिंग स्पेसिफिक फॉर वुमेन में जो कॉज ये तरफ लेके जाते हैं मुझे. थर्ड मोस्ट कॉमन थिंग व्हाट दे कम अक्रॉस इज विद डिस्पेरिनिया. इट इज समथिंग पेनफुल सेक्स. Sex should never be painful. Even there is slightest pain associated means you are going wrong somewhere. वो सबसे पहले याद रखना है. People, there are multiple cultures, and now even on Western world also there is, where they should bleed on the first night, then pain has to happen, then only it works. It's not true. That's not how it should be. If that is happening, you're going wrong. One of the most common cause again over here is lack of foreplay. So if you're not having a foreplay, they are not aroused. If they are not aroused, there is no lubrication. So it is going to be painful. जो most common causes में वो लोग आते हैं.
And you know जो ये issues हैं that men and women are coming up with, तो ये किस वजह से आ रहे हैं? Is it like they themselves feels कुछ problem है, या फिर their partner is not satisfied, that is when they are coming to you?
So men में moreover there is a self guilt which I've observed. They come across with कि I am not able to satisfy. That ego कि मैं man हूँ, वो वाला नहीं fulfill कर पा रहे वो लोग, because of which they come. Very few take feedback from their partners and उसके through they are coming. Even in metro city, in generations of 25 to 35 में, still this is there. I want to point out. So they come up with that way. Women मेरे पास जितने भी आए हैं, they are usually because their male counterparts have come, and then their spouses, their girlfriends or someone they bring along is what they work. Okay, उनको भी ये problem. Once they feel better, okay नहीं इनको भी ये problem हो रही है, you come across with it. Or as my wife is a gynaec, so she sometimes refers them to me, because if it is something for psychological, she's not equipped enough to do it, so she refers to me, through which I get the patients. But women are still hesitant to open up to male doctors about sexual problems.
And you spoke about foreplay. So can you talk more about it कि exactly क्या है from men's perspective and from women's perspective, and कैसे होना चाहिए?
Absolutely. So first of all, for men, they feel it is waste of time. And for women, it is key to having the best feeling of their life. So when the foreplay has to happen, foreplay, as I had said in start of the podcast also for us, it starts outside bedroom. Even if you are staying in a joint family or somewhere, a simple eye-to-eye contact sometimes is also a start of foreplay. A few words of appreciation about something, about their looks or about some activities done, is also a part of foreplay to start, because it is a sense of feeling which opposite partner likes about it. So which leads to a next step, which is into physical intimacy, which can start with hugs, kissing, and things around it. So to break it down further, what I would say is, we call it as something on the side where foreplay, if you want to start, do not directly jump to kiss. Most couples will think, okay, we want to have sex. They directly go to kissing, and the kissing is also directly lip to lip kissing of various styles is what they will explore. Do it for 2-3 minutes, go down around the breast, and directly want to penetrate. That's like the top 5-minute act, and they're done. That's absolutely wrong. You should never go in that phase. The thumb rule in your head should run, first of all, is that I have to go for foreplay at least 15 to 20 minutes. That will help your partner and you to be completely in the mood also. Because men who are sometimes tired or they are into the other zone, or even women who are tired or in the other zone, but they are attracted, दोनों के बीच में understanding and bond अच्छा है, so they want to have sex, but you need to put an effort in that. So that is where foreplay comes in. So I always say first start with in forms of hugs. You're comfortable standing, sitting, lying down, any form in that, and have some communication. Be it even of a simple your day-to-day stuff, but have some communication first. Or else best is always discuss about sex के आज क्या explore करना है, kind of a thing. That is very advanced thing, I understand. Something on those lines, what you start for at least couple of minutes, then go about of undressing each other. It will feel कि ये बहुत standard है, हमें पता है इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात. But लोग क्या करते हैं, undress themselves and directly jump on bed. That is not going to arouse your partner or yourself also. So gradually go on that and then explore various kinds of touch. It can be just with your simple hands also. You can explore on the entire body, just run around the fingers, the male and female. This is another very important aspect, that females have to be active in sex where they are having a foreplay with men. फोरप्ले हमेशा ऐसा जाता है कि मेन को सारा करना होता है, तो जिसके कारण भी उनको लगता है कि हमें कुछ इसमें नहीं इतना मजा आ रहा है तो हम क्यों करें. सो दैट इज वाई कि इट्स अ रॉन्ग नोशन कि वो दोनों के साइड से आना चाहिए. इट्स नॉट दैट 50-50 करना है, बट दोनों के साइड से जितना प्लेजरेबल हो उसके ऊपर वर्क करना होगा इन स्टेप्स. देन ग्रेजुअली गो अराउंड ऑन द किसिंग पार्ट. सो देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज एरोटोजेनस जोन्स. आपके फिजिकल बॉडी में कुछ ऐसी ऐसी जगह है जहाँ यूजुअली आप टच किया जाए या किस किया जाए या कोई भी टाइप का स्टिमुलस दिया जाए तो वो एक पार्टनर को सेंशुअली अराउजिंग रखता है. स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम हेड टू टो में द मोस्ट कॉमन इज बिहाइंड द ईयर्स और ऑन द ईयर्स, देन कमिंग ऑन द नेप ऑफ द नेक, देन गोइंग डाउन ऑन द निपल एरिया, गोइंग डाउन इज योर ग्रॉइन एरिया के उधर आपको, गोइंग बिलो दैट इज फॉर मेनी इज around the knee and the back of the knee, and below that is ankle ke udhar. If you go around on these zones, it is pleasurable. But again, learn to develop a feedback. हर किसी को इधर ही होगा, सेम फैनर में होगा, not necessary. So see, if you don't want to comfortable asking immediately to your partner, observe क्या changes आ रहे हैं. Most common changes में दिखेगा, अगर वैसे जो उनको arousable होंगे, उनका breathing, मेल या फीमेल किसा भी हो, breathing थोड़ा बढ़ जाएगा. There can be little panting related. You can see there is little redness around it, blood flow बढ़ता है, vasodilation, तो उसमें आता है. Sometimes there is little sweating around it. So these are certain signs. Indirectly also जब आप judge कर सकते हो कि yes, your partner is reiki. When you are not open to communication, best is always communication. So this is what you go around with. Then go around with the kissing. And it's a very common show, Friends करके. I'm pretty sure many viewers have seen. There is a scene where Monica has explained like how to go about in it. It is something which I would always say that is like an indirect way of sex education. कि you do not have to go कि मैं top से bottom गया and finish करना. You have to mix and match. What I mean is कि I'm nibbling around the ears, then I kiss around the neck, I go for lip to lip kiss, then I go around her waist, then again I go around the chest area. So mix and match. It's not like order में गया and दीदा penetrative with. So the more you mix around things and do not, अगर for example there is a woman who enjoys nipple stimulation, भाई सीधा जाके do not start the button के जैसे. That is not pleasurable for her. You have to reach to that point and use it when she's reached to a peak and you do it. Clitoral rubs is another thing which helps a lot for women. Now coming on the males aspect. सबसे पहले males में तो they feel ticklish. So they are not used to it, but tickling is also a part of foreplay which can be done. Also, another thing males के लिए which works, I have observed and reported by my patients also, is women with long nails. That kind of a touch is what many men enjoy. So you don't need to put your rings and all, but whatever, just basically a scratch or a rough touch is what they enjoy more on this. There is certain words which can be used which they enjoy. All this is coming moreover from the pornographic side, I understand, but that is what, if they're enjoying it and if it's in a closed enclosed space and you are not disrespecting anyone and it's with a mutual consent, it's absolutely all right to go ahead with these things. So these are the points which can be used as a basic level to start with. Then you can have various kinds of sex toys available. Then you can use various ice or heat, and also, but that is something, everything has to be consensual at every aspect. But yeah, basic foreplay is what I gave you the steps, and then these things can be played on further.
This is very interesting because most of the times, especially when you're doing it for the first time or the second time, मतलब लोगों को लगता है सामने वाले को पता ही है ऑलरेडी, दे नो बेटर, हमें नहीं पता है, एंड या जो हमने देखा है हम बस वो कर देंगे तो प्लेजर हो जाएगा. So, and in reality that does not really happen.
Exactly. Not even for a second time. There are researches which have shown there is 60 to 70% of the women do not experience orgasm ever in their life. They don't know the meaning of it also. And men think, मैंने ejaculate किया तो मुझे orgasm आ गया. Ejaculation, orgasm, two different things. It's commonly happening, it's coinciding, so आपको साथ में feel हो रहा है. वरना वो है दो डिफरेंट चीज. ऑर्गेजम फिजिकल सिम्टम्स तो दिखेंगे बट मेजरली साइकोलॉजिकल के साइड से, व्हाट यू आर फीलिंग इन योर ब्रेन. ejaculation is a complete physical act. Same way for women, they do ejaculate fluids when they are getting orgasm, but it is not कि वो दोनों एक है. So that is it.
That's very interesting what you said कि orgasm and ejaculation are different. So how is it different?
So as I was saying कि orgasm एक ऐसी चीज़ होती है जो मेजरली आपको साइकोलॉजिकली बिकॉज ऑफ द न्यूरोकेमिकल जो रिवॉर्ड पाथवे हमने डिस्कस किया उसमें फील होती है. अलॉन्ग विद दैट फिजिकल चेंजेस भी आते हैं बॉडी में, बट मेजरली इट इज़ ऑन द साइकोलॉजिकल साइड जो आपको फील हो रहा है अलॉन्ग विद द फिजिकल. एंड इजैकुलेशन इज अ प्रोसेस जो बिकॉज आप उसमें हिट किए देन यू आर रीचिंग. बट मैनी मैन I have observed, at least because I've seen more of those on cases which I can say, that they just ejaculate out of, because they know that touch is little pleasurable, but they do not hit that orgasm level in their head, जिसके कारण भी ये difference आ जाता है. And scientifically with research also, it is a different stage which we observe. It is not something which coincides.
And we spoke about foreplay, but after sex as well, I mean cuddles and the intimacy that is there, how important is that from a men's perspective and from a women's perspective?
Absolutely. Afterplay is like a deal breaker for many people, to be honest, and it is most important, I would say, scientifically and for the satisfaction part also. Coming from the men's perspective, they find that they've ejaculated and they are done, so does not require. Why? Because they've got that reward ka kick. This was the trend which is running, but many men, because as I said that the EQ, emotional quotient, is improving for them, so they are understanding that what they feel also associated with it. When you get into an afterplay, be it about cuddling, be it about talking, or just lying down next to your partner with hand held together, that creates bonding. Oxytocin release जो मुझे केयर कंसर्न वाला जो चाहिए ना, वो आफ्टरप्ले में ज़्यादा उसके कारण होता है. So, and from women's perspective, they definitely crave it the most, because many a times they have not got an orgasm or they have not understood that. So this is something which gives them the most satisfaction and pleasure. Because अगर हो सकता है कि the person does not know foreplay and anything, or else even if they do it, it is not, they've not done it as what she would like. So वो उनके लिए pleasurable नहीं होता. But a companionship post act where you're being considerate about your partner also brings up a bonding feeling with the male partners also. So that is why afterplay is a must. And it's not you have to go for half an hour. 5 to 10 minutes is also more than enough about it. Or even if you want to just clean up yourself and then you be, it's okay. But in today's world where hookups have increased exponentially, one night stands or what we call about it, उसमें ये चीज़ का क्वेश्चन ही नहीं आता, जिसके कारण then there are a lot of problems which come up around it.
And in fact, I was going to ask you that only, that having multiple partners and or having a single partner, what impact does that have on your brain and what really happens? Because I have heard about a few cases my friends wherein they said कि you know we did the act and उसके बाद the guy just went and it left me shattered because it was like कि क्या था मतलब the act happened and nothing. So emotional connect ही नहीं बना. So even if you know there was sex and you know there was orgasm, but just because there was no afterplay, there was no connect at all.
Absolutely. That is one of the fact which I say, and that's most common in hookups and one night stands when they go around with, because they just think about this act as a physical act and want to discount out the emotional part. So I would say you cannot remove it completely. There can be acknowledgement about it, and there cannot be. There's some people who are not acknowledging it. It's like about for someone's death, I am going to cry, but XYZ person can be as normal as that. Doesn't mean they are not feeling sad. They just do not want to embrace that emotions and feelings. So afterplay, as I said lightly, that women can not feel at all related to it, and they feel shattered about it is very normal about that case. And also coming about multiple partners when you come around and the single partner. So it is first of all a choice is what I would say. There should be no judgment about it. Polygamy is something, polyamorous is something which you should be okay if you and your partners are consenting for it. I'm not saying that it is normal because there's nothing definition of normal in this. It is a choice and preference. First, we need to understand on those aspects. Coming on to next, if I am someone who's with a single partner and I enjoy that, I can have a bond and beautiful sex for 50 years of my life also and without a complaint. And there are some who always want novelty, want to try, बिकॉज उनको वो किक चाहिए, डोपामिन का जो सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बोलते तो कि भाई वो किक चाहिए, वो किक नहीं आ रहा है मुझे तो मुझे मल्टीपल पार्टनर्स चाहिए, विच इज नॉट ट्रू समवेयर. My personal perspective in that, if I have to add, I would say that probably you are not adding the other emotional sides and other aspects to it. Maybe that is why you are hunting on other also. One of the factor. There are some people who enjoy it only in that way. That's completely all right. That's their choice.
And I think जब आप ये बोल रहे हो तो मेरे दिमाग में वो आ रहा था कि emotional compatibility and sex, they might be two very different things, and it's not necessarily कि you know you can't, जब आप सेक्स कर रहे हैं and आपके इमोशनली कंपैटिबल नहीं है तो एक्ट ज़रूर हो रहा है बट यू आर नॉट गेटिंग दैट काइंड ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन एंड यू आर नॉट यू नो फीलिंग दैट गुड.
एब्सोल्युटली एब्सोल्युटली, बिकॉज वो बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर ऐड हो जाता है उसमें कि भाई अगर मैं कर भी रहा हूँ तो मुझे बहुत मैकेनिकल फील होगा चीज़ें और जिससे मैं आगे नहीं गा पा रहा हूँ. एक्चुअली देयर इज अनदर साइड ऑल्सो ऑफ दिस इज, अब इमोशनली बहुत कंपैटिबल हो बट सेक्शुअली कंपैटिबल नहीं हो तो भी प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है. पीपल थिंक ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है, सेक्स में क्या हो सकता है, एंड इट्स लाइक बोथ द पार्टनर्स इफ दे आर नॉट डिस्कसिंग दैट एस्पेक्ट विद देमसेल्व्स कि क्या पसंद है क्या नहीं पसंद है, कैसे जा रहा है, क्या फ्रीक्वेंसी में हो रहा है, बिकॉज दैट इज अनदर प्रॉब्लम व्हाट मेनी पीपल मेनी कपल्स फेस. तो उसमें बिकॉज ऑफ विच माई एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द लाइफ इज ब्यूटिफुल, जस्ट व्हेन इट कम्स टू सेक्स इट लीड्स टू फ्रस्ट्रेशन फॉर अस. सो इट कैन गो ऑन द बोथ द साइड्स ऑल्सो.
एंड यूजुअली आपने कितने केसेस देखे हैं जिसमें you know the couples are coming up with बाकी सब aspect अच्छे हैं but sexually it's really frustrating for us?
To be very honest, many. And I was also shocked when I started my practice because whenever I have been brought up मेरे भी thought process था कि before marriage sex नहीं हुआ तो after marriage तो लोग कर ही लेते. To my shock, there are like couples have come after 10 years also and they've never had sex. Their life has been beautiful. They are earning well, they are roaming, they are taking holidays, taking care of parents. Every aspect सही चल रहा है, but sexual aspect में कभी सोचा ही नहीं. People will say अरे वो asexual होंगे. Asexual नहीं थे वो कोई भी. I evaluated in depth to rule out कि अगर भाई उस side पे है, it is just that there was a lack of knowledge and lack of prioritizing it. People think कि वो spontaneous होना चाहिए था, वो अपने आप आना चाहिए. Sex doesn't happen that way. At least definitely in the world what we are living in, where men and women both are equally working outside and inside the house also, you have to schedule sex. अगर आप sex schedule पे नहीं करना चालू करोगे तो वो drift away ही हो जाएगा या काफ़ी लोग करते ही नहीं. And many are like worried about it. Many say that मुझे अभी बच्चे नहीं चाहिए, so I don't want to think. So अगर बच्चे नहीं चाहिए तो सेक्स क्यों करना है? Even in today's generation of your and my age, I have got couples just saying, हाँ डॉक्टर हमें बच्चे नहीं चाहिए तो हमने सेक्स नहीं किया. And I'm like, sex procreation is one aspect. Pleasure, उसमें क्या pleasure आता होगा डॉक्टर? Is kind of an approach which comes across for many people.
And how do you deal with these cases?
So again, things have to start with creating an insight amongst them first. कि क्या हो रहा है उनके साथ, क्यों किस तरफ जा रहे हैं उनको. गिविंग देम द नॉलेज कि सेक्स में क्या प्लेजर्स कैसे मिलते हैं. वन ऑफ द थिंग्स व्हाट यू आस्क्ड मी फर्स्ट कि बिफोर ड्यूरिंग एंड आफ्टर में क्या होता है. गिविंग देम दैट नॉलेज गिव्स देम द अवेयरनेस. अच्छा ऐसा एस्पेक्ट्स भी है. दीज आर द पीपल ऑल्सो हु माइट बी मास्टरबेटिंग इंडिविजुअली बट सेक्स नहीं करना है हमें. क्यों? बिकॉज इट रिक्वायर्स एन एफर्ट फ्रॉम बोथ द पार्टनर्स टू पुट अक्रॉस. तो जिसके कारण नहीं करवाना है. So the first is where the scheduling sex, as I was talking about, is my first thing where I explain and create insight, plan on the scheduled sex and work on those steps. But there are certain couples जिनके लिए because awareness बिल्कुल नहीं था, there is something called as couple centered focus therapy. इसका मीनिंग ये होता है कि जहाँ साइकोलॉजिस्ट या मैं हम सेशंस में उनको टारगेट्स देते हैं टू वर्क अराउंड विद. कि वी एक्सप्लेन एवरी एस्पेक्ट. फर्स्ट स्टेप में वेयर आई विल टेलिंग देम कि you start with the touches and you go on the area, but do not touch the breast and the chest area, penis and the vaginal or anal area. Then step 2 will be going things around that. वैसे there are serious steps which every week or 10 days में we call them, we ask them what is the feedback and then give them the further steps how to work around it, जिससे gradually वो चीज़ ignite हो सके उनके अंदर भी and they understand the pleasure also out of it.
And you know, we were talking about पहले कि women में menopause होता है. So क्या men में भी menopause या वैसे symptoms आते हैं?
Okay, so majorly menopause करके तो men में नहीं होता है. But there are certain things which I've observed कि 40 के बाद testosterone थोड़ा dip होता है. But that will not give you the symptoms in that form, ideally. Menopause is something in which it shows that women will stop having their monthly menstrual cycle. That is, they become a point where they cannot get pregnant. That is what menopause is in simple terms, along with जो भी बाकी सारे changes body में chemically hormonally आ रहे हो. But men में वैसा नहीं है. Production of sperm can continue till you die. So men can get any women pregnant who is fertile at any age. Women का menopause वैसे आता है. But there are certain things which researchers will show that 40 के बाद थोड़ा बहुत testosterone dip आता है तो mood changes वगैरह आते हैं. But still physiologically it has not been proven कि there is something which is equivalent to menopause for men.
And women में जैसे जब menopause होते हैं उसके बाद क्या उनका sexual desire या quality of sex, does that reduce?
Yes, actively. It is like बहुत ज़्यादा ही उसमें फ़र्क आता है because it is not just about the physical changes but there's also psychological changes and chemical changes. So वो हर 3 जगह से चीज़ें बदल रही है. So psychological side से irritability, गुस्सा, मूड स्विंग्स आना ये सारा बढ़ने लगता है उनके लिए. जो चीज़ें उनको प्लेजर दे रही थी वो अब बिल्कुल प्लेजर ना दे रही हो. दैट कैन बी कंप्लीट शिफ्ट इन टू देम. सो दैट इम्पैक्ट्स योर सेक्स लाइफ एक्टिवली. अलॉन्ग विद दैट ईस्ट्रोजन आपका कम हो रहा है, सो ड्राइनेस ज़्यादा होने लगती है. सो लुब्रिकेंट नहीं हो रहा है, लुब्रिकेशन नहीं हो रहा है तो इट बिकम्स पेनफुल. सो दे वांट टू अवॉइड इट मोर कॉमनली. एंड हार्मोनली भी इतना चेंजेस आ रहा है दैट वो प्लेजर जैसा नहीं रहता उनके लिए, मोस्ट के लिए. सो दे वांट टू अवॉइड इट. So this is something which many women face, but they do not talk about it. So I always say gynecologists are the best one who should be approached for this. अगर आप उनसे बात करो, मिलो, हमेशा आपको hormonal pills लेना ज़रूरी नहीं है. There are certain other alternatives, nutraceuticals also which can be offered, which can help and ease out the process. And the major role is played by partner in this. आप जितना अंडरस्टैंडिंग रखोगे, आप जितना काम मेंटेन कर पाओगे, उतना बेटर पोस्ट मेनोपॉजल हो पाएगा आपके पार्टनर के साथ सेक्स लाइफ आपका.
बट जैसे आपने कहा कि मेन का देयर इज नो मेनोपॉज एज सच, बट वुमेन का आ रहा है. सो एज अ कपल इट पोजेस अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट? क्योंकि एक इंसान का मन ही नहीं कर रहा है कुछ करने का, एंड फॉर द अदर वन इट्स नॉर्मल एज यूजुअल जो चल रहा था.
करेक्ट.
सो आई मीन इन दिस सिचुएशन व्हाट डू यू रिकमेंड कपल्स?
So the very first thing is expressing it out loud is the first step, because if you do not let your partner know कि भाई मुझे problem है, तो males will also not understand. So women has to explicitly say it out loud. Keeping silence creates more conflicts and assumptions. So first express it out कि boss, I am not liking it, I am not comfortable, whatever problem you are having. So the male perspective can start thinking on that. So that is what I first have a session where I again explain, show it out कि क्या reasons है कि ये ऐसा हो रहा है. Second thing what I always encourage in this situation is समथिंग सिमिलर जब हम प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम हर मेल को बोलते हैं कि आपको एक्स्ट्रा केयर रखना है, क्या आप चीज़ें करो जो उनको पसंद है, उस साइड पे अगेन सिमिलर चीज़ें आपको अपना ध्यान रखना होगा इसमें, विच विल हेल्प टू बिल्ड थिंग्स बेटर फॉर देम. थर्डली, डू नॉट गो फॉर इंटरकोर्स, बट फोर प्ले वाली चीज़ों पे आप ज़्यादा वर्क करने की कोशिश करो. इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी, सिंपल कडलिंग ऑल्सो कैन गिव सम प्लेजर to a man also, and women are okay with that at times compared to other things in the sex. And lastly, if के नहीं डॉक्टर हमें चाहिए ही, इसका नहीं हो सकता है, always say you can never force anyone because it's out of consent. Even in marriage, masturbation is your key to success in this, because you can satisfy yourself with masturbation. ऐसा नहीं है कि masturbate करके आप नहीं satisfy कर सकते. And there are some more कि नहीं वो same feeling नहीं है. That's when I go and advise them sexual toys which are available, which you can use them. But वरना sex is not a answer to it at all. And they also say सर कितना साल लगेगा, that is, और कितने महीने मुझे रुकना होगा. And there is no fixed number, because वो प्री मेनोपॉजल से मेनोपॉजल पहुँचने में it can take 1 year से लेके 10 years भी. Yes, it is something which many men के कि ये हमारी गलती थोड़ी है, but it is not something which is her fault also. She is born with it. जैसे आपके में changes आ रहे हैं, that is her changes आ रहे हैं. You have to accept your partner in every form over there. So these are the points के basis पे what I explain and work with them on them.
And I'll talk about various addictions that we have these days, which are commonly available. So I would like to know, what impact does that have on the sexual health and sexual life of a couple? So first being screen addiction.
So screen addiction is one thing which has rose in last 2 to 5 years, I will say, exponentially, and it has messed up in sex, mental health, and everywhere. Most common is easy availability of getting that satisfactory in your brain, जिसके कारण चीज़ें बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाती है रियल लाइफ में करने के लिए. लोगों ने अभी ग्रेजुअली, मैं कितने पेशेंट्स को देखता हूँ कि दे नाउ नॉट जस्ट वॉचिंग स्क्रीन, बट उसमें भी कंटेंट वॉचिंग हैज़ बिकम 1x, 1.5x एंड 2x. सो योर ब्रेन को आप ट्रेन कर रहे हो टू गो फास्ट एंड फास्ट, बट फिजिकली यू आर नॉट ट्रेनिंग योर सेल्फ टू गो दैट फास्ट. सो वो सेम प्लेजर नहीं दे पा रहा है, विच मैसेज योर गेम अ लॉट इन सेक्स एंड इन अदर एरियाज ऑल्सो. अदर एरियाज मतलब कैसा है कि वो मुझे बोर्डम लगने लगता है, तो मुझे जब सेक्सुअल एक्टिविटी के लिए मुझे खाली सिंपल टच करना है तो ये बोरिंग है मेरे लिए. सो नाउ मेनी कपल्स हैव स्टार्टेड कमिंग एंड टेलिंग हम पॉर्न देखते हैं एंड हम सेक्स करते हैं. आई एम लाइक दैट इज ऑल राइट इफ यू आर यूजिंग इट एज अ स्टिमुलेशन, बट हैव यू like discussed amongst yourself in doing it? Because I have commonly seen many males are okay with it and females are not okay or comfortable with it. The reason they give is simply is that it just shows that the person is having sex, but it's not with me. I'm just a physical person available over there, but there's no connect, there's no emotions and nothing related to me, and he's just glued to that part, so which is not healthy at all, and it has very much caused a lot of problems in that. Also, it has increased distractibility very high. मतलब एक छोटा सा भी पिंग होगा ना, immediately नजर, even if you are in the mid of sex, घूम जाती है either of the persons की, and you lose the zone out of it. तो वो स्क्रीन का उतना ज़्यादा हो गया है कि without that doesn't work, which has caused a major impact on sexual lives. And earlier कैसा होता था कि जब phones नहीं थे, नॉर्मल थे या कंट्रोल में थी चीज़ें, there used to be communications on dinner table or in the bedrooms. अब दोनों बाजू में बैठे होंगे, एक दूसरे को मीम्स भेजेंगे, एक दूसरे को डीएम में रील्स भेजते रहेंगे, बट ऐसा भी नहीं कि भाई साथ में मैं बता दूं या कुछ शेयर करना है तो उस तरह से. इट्स जस्ट दोनों अपने में बैठे एंड दे आर ग्लूड. सो इट इज किलिंग द इंटिमेसी कंप्लीटली आउट ऑफ इट. So yes, that is a big no-no of when I say कि bedroom में गए then phones have to be out. You keep it. नहीं possible है तो simple, if this is my space, मेरे one hand पे phone नहीं होना चाहिए. So still that will create a habit. अगर बाकी कुछ नहीं, डॉक्टर फोन लगता है important है, XYZ reason, one hand reach पे नहीं होना चाहिए आपके बेड से. Just put that much effort. That will also bring a lot of change in your life.
Pornography, I think we have spoken about. Smoking.
Yes. So smoking is a slow killer. People know कि उससे cancers होता है, but many people don't know that it impacts and causes your ED exponentially, and infertility is a very major cause in male and female because of smoking. थोड़ा और explanation देना चाहूँगा. Imagine penis like a pen. उसके अंदर there are 3 refills. 2 are for the blood and 1 is for your urine. This is normal, which is present, okay? जिसके कारण उसमें थोड़ा blood रहता है, because of which your organ is alive. उसके आजू बाजू there are millions of छोटे छोटे vessels मतलब एक ट्यूब्स जैसा, जिसमें आप जब सेक्सुअली कुछ चीज़ें सोचते हो, परसीव करते हो, कोई भी सेंस ऑफ परसेप्शन से, वो सिग्नल ब्रेन से नीचे जाएगा एंड वो बड़े होना चालू होते हैं एंड ब्लड भरना चालू होता है एंड यू गेट एन इरेक्शन. जो हम स्मोक कर रहे हैं, टार उसका जो मेजरली है, वो अपने इस माइक्रो वेसल्स को ब्लॉक करना शुरू करता है. द नंबर इज़ वेरी हाई. सो वो इनिशियली नहीं फ़र्क दिखाता, बट ग्रेजुअली वो इतना ब्लॉक करता है कि ईडी इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट कॉमन कॉज व्हाट men come, and smoking is the reason for it. And same goes for the infertility. The quality of sperm and the quality of egg go down exponentially because of smoking.
And is it like smoking at, आप पूरा एक पैक पी रहे हैं, या it's even like as low as आप एक सिगरेट 2 सिगरेट
पफ भी ले रहे हो is equivalent, आपको हार्म तो करेगा for sure. आप बोलो कि मेरा कंट्रोल स्मोकिंग है, मैं जस्ट वंस इन अ मंथ एक आध सिगरेट दोस्त के साथ ले रहा हूँ, स्लो हार्म करेगा. बट देर आर सम पेशेंट्स जिसको मैंने देखा है कि दे आर इम्पैक्टेड विद दिस ऑल्सो, और उनका ईडी जस्ट ये निकाल दिया एंड दे वर ट्रीटेड. कोई और प्रॉब्लम नहीं था उनके लिए. इट वॉज दैट सिंपल फॉर देम. तो रिसेप्शन, हर एक बॉडी का रिसेप्टर्स मोर और लेस सिमिलर है, बट कैसे किसी का कुछ ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव हुआ तो उसमें वो जल्दी इम्पैक्ट करता है.
And vaping these days have become very common, and cool भी है of course. तो vaping का क्या impact है on sexual health?
Vaping is worse than cigarettes, I would say, because vaping is so easier and it's flavorful, is more commonly. So people think it's अच्छा है, इसमें तो कोई problem नहीं. But the concentration of tobacco and other components which is there in it is way more than a single cigarette also. One of the research, if I remember correctly, had shown that there are around 20 cigarettes का equivalent in one vape का आप जो ले रहे हो उसमें, which is like जो इतना casually आज के generation में young में इतना ज़्यादा वो हो रहा है, vaping हो या हुक्का हो, which messes the game.
हाँ, because especially in younger generation, like you mentioned, become very common.
Very.
Even the school kids, they are vaping.
Youngest what I have seen in my career so far is 8-year-old kid who was smoking and vaping and multiple other substances. That's the youngest what I have seen, and I was like, 8 years is like very shocking.
Yeah, that is very shocking.
Exactly, and that too in a tier 2. Basically, I had seen in Mysore. I had seen one of the de-addiction centers when I used to go over there. I have seen. So there was always a perception in me कि ठीक है, लोगों को cool लगता है, लोग यहाँ मेट्रो में ज़्यादा करते होंगे, वहाँ कम होगा. But that's when I realized कि भाई it starts over there. And in fact, there was one more article which I read. Tobacco is given at a much younger age to children also because it suppresses hunger. So there are families who cannot afford. They used to put their children on the habit of having that indirectly. गुलमंजन करके बोला जाता है, which they can rub on their teeth and all also, जो बहुत young age से दिया जाता था, जिससे उनकी hunger suppressed रहे. So that way also is very common, which happens.
And when we are talking about smoking and vaping, तो passive smoking और passive vaping से भी यही impact है?
Severity कम होगा because आप active नहीं हो, passive में जा रहे हैं. But अगर continuous ले रहे हो, वो हो रहा है, then yes. If passive में once in a while वो एक आध smoke कोई आजू बाजू आपके कर रहा है, तो वो इतना impact नहीं करता है. But आप वो रूम में बैठे हो, वो फ्रेंड्स के साथ हमेशा, जहाँ वो 2 घंटे के लिए हुक्का या वेप कर रहे हैं और आप वो 2 घंटे आप नहीं ले रहे, बट वही उसी क्लोज रूम में बैठे हो, तो वो इफेक्ट करेगा आपको फॉर श्योर।
अल्कोहल
अल्कोहल का एक बहुत बड़ा मिथ है, फर्स्ट आई वांट टू स्टार्ट विद। पीपल थिंक कि मैं अल्कोहल लेता हूँ तो आई कैन परफॉर्म द बेस्ट। सबसे ज़्यादा दे थिंक दैट मैंने अल्कोहल लिया है तो आई कैन डू, एंड दे डू इट। दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द साइंस बिहाइंड इट। अल्कोहल का फंडा क्या होता है आपकी बॉडी में, एक लिमिट में लिया ना, इट नम्स थिंग्स एंड स्लोज डाउन थिंग्स इन योर ब्रेन। नम्स में सबसे बड़ा क्या है, दिस पार्ट ऑफ योर ब्रेन इज ऑल योर लॉजिक एंड एनालिटिकल। वो इधर चीज़ें थोड़ा स्लो कर देता है। सो मेरा थिंकिंग, लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस और वो सारा चीज़ भी कम हो जाता है थॉट्स, सो आई कैन परफॉर्म बेटर। बट वही चीज़ आपने थोड़ा ज़्यादा लिमिट में ले लिया, यू विल नॉट एबल टू गेट एन इरेक्शन ऑल्सो। सो वैसा अल्कोहल इज समथिंग विच आई से सोशल ड्रिंकिंग रखना हो, डेफिनेशन ऑफ सोशल इज 3 to 5 times a year, एक पैक जितना, तो चलो ठीक है। आइडियली 0 इज द बेस्ट, बट I don't want to give an unrealistic expectations. So that much is still permissible because I know it will not impact. But smoking related के सारे products तो for sure 0. That is like a for sure you're killing yourself. Infertility के related, sexually related, and other multiple cancers and other problems also.
सो आई मीन जैसे आपने अल्कोहल के बारे में बोला कि थोड़ा सा लेते हैं तो काफ़ी लोग जो कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं होते हैं, थोड़ा सा लेने के बाद you numb down a little and you are able to perform better. So is it like उन लोगों को actually alcohol लेनी चाहिए जो अगर confident feel नहीं करते?
Actually लोग लेते हुए आते हैं, and then as a doctor it's our job to make them realize this thing and get them out of this pattern. It's not at all healthy for them. There are alternatives, there are medicines. Many people like आप एक नशे से दूसरे नशे पे डाल रहे हो. Literal, these are the quotes given by my patients to me, and I tell them ये मेरे controlled monitor में है. If you follow, I will get you off this. वो आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं आता, बिकॉज कितने भी पेशेंट्स, कितने भी लोग हैं आज कंट्रोल में पी रहे, जो पहले एक बियर या एक क्रैनबेरी से शुरू किया होगा उन्होंने, जो अभी धीरे धीरे हार्ड ड्रिंक्स पे आया है और धीरे धीरे उसका कंजम्पशन इंक्रीज हुआ है, बिकॉज टॉलरेंस आता ही है अल्कोहल से। उसका नेचर वैसा है, वो जो केमिकली आपके ब्रेन में करता है वो टॉलरेंस आफ्टर अ पॉइंट क्रिएट करता है, तो वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा लगता है। कुछ लोगों को 20 साल लग जाते हैं वो टॉलरेंस लाने में, बट कुछ लोगों को 10 दिन में भी आ सकता है, काइंड ऑफ अ सिचुएशन, बट वो आता है बिकॉज अल्कोहल इज बाय नेचर दैट केमिकल।
And now talking about drugs. So how do drugs impact the sexual life? And maybe let's start with weed and then going on to harder substances.
So weed is something which completely stones you out, is what commonly even people know, and that's very correct. That stops all the movements and things also around you on those grounds, and it is extremely impactful. मतलब अब कोई भी harder drugs या किसके भी जाओ, impacts will increase on the physical aspects and sexual life goes zero in that for sure. One of the most common with weed is something called as amotivational syndrome बोला जाता है. That is, those who are chronic users don't have motivation or desire to do anything or feel anything. So sex तो उनकी लाइफ में वो ऑप्शन में भी नहीं गिनते हैं कि वो करना है या सोचना है या कुछ उसके कारण, बिकॉज वो जो प्लेजर वाली चीज़ होती है वो ज़ीरो हो जाती है उनके में ग्रेजुअली. सो दैट इज़ वन मेजर थिंग, एंड हार्ड ड्रग्स तो आर वर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विच गोज ऑन विद इट.
बट आई मीन जैसे काफ़ी सारी सीरीज में ये दिखाते हैं कि जो ड्रग्स लेते हैं दे जस्ट हैव सेक्स विद एनीवन. सो आई मीन इज दैट अ यूजुअल केस?
So it's not a usual case, but yes, there are certain drugs like amphetamines जो बोला जाता है, या सुपरमैन ड्रग जो कॉमनली वर्ड में भी यूज होता है. It increases your energy, so desire and everything for them it grows higher, but that is not in a healthy way which it goes, and that leads to a lot of problems for them physically on a long run for sure. इमोशनल एंड बाकी तो लेट मी कीप aside because for sure everybody knows that, but फिजिकल में इतने ज़्यादा वो इम्पैक्ट करता है कि दैट लीड्स टू लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स, एंड ऐसे सारे यूजर्स में सेक्सुअली ट्रांसमिटेड इन्फेक्शन का भी चांसेस बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज हो जाता है, बिकॉज शेयर्ड नीडल्स और शेयर्ड chances of sex and multiple things on those grounds. Those who on the same couple sex or same gender sex is also increases when they do not identify themselves in that form. But under the influence of alcohol, they are that zone, they at times don't realize that also. Because I had got one of my patient who identified himself as completely heterosexual, had a steady girlfriend and everything going on. but went into a party, wanted to try things, tried coke, and went into a place where he doesn't remember how, what, and but he ended up having a anal intercourse with his male colleague, and they both were completely heterosexual, is what they identify into, and now have got a series of other infections and problems which it leads to. So that is also which messes up.
Hmm. And now talking about more severe mental health issues, maybe how they impact sexual life. So first, let's talk about anxiety, which is very common these days.
So as so far we've spoken also, like anxiety is एक ऐसी चीज है ना कि पहली चीज इट्स बीमारी लेवल एंड एक नॉर्मल लेवल, दो अलग चीजें हैं. हर बंदे में एंजाइटी रहेगी एंड इट इज नॉर्मल, इट्स अ रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ योर बॉडी. जब वो रिपीटेटिव रूटीन्स को हैम्पर कर रही है, पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न्स में आ रही है नॉट, दैट्स व्हेन इट्स ऑन द डिसऑर्डर लेवल. सो एंग्जाइटी वाले पेशेंट्स में मोस्ट कॉमन परफॉर्मेंस प्रेशर का जो हमने बात किया, प्री मेच्योर इजैकुलेशन के रिलेटेड बात किया, दैट इज मोस्ट कॉमनली ऑब्जर्व्ड इन दोज पेशेंट्स कि उनके लिए परफॉर्म करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. एट द सेम टाइम जो ये मेडिसिन लेते हैं उनका टाइमिंग बहुत बार इंक्रीज हो जाता है एंड दे रिकवर फ्रॉम एंग्जाइटी, and then they realize their timing has gone down and again they get into anxiety also. So that is also another thing which they experience a lot, which happens in anxiety के patients. Next most common अगर आप बात करोगे depression के साथ, depression का one of the symptoms is low sexual desire और libido ही decrease हो जाता है. So अगर मुझे इच्छा नहीं हो रही है, so मेरे आगे के steps of getting erections or approaching my partner or doing anything on those grounds only falls down. So most common depression के साथ low sexual desire is observed. Along with that, erectile dysfunction is also observed for men majorly. Another most common, I want to discuss one thing, psychotic illnesses की तरफ जब हम जाते हैं, schizophrenia या delusions की तरफ, these patients are something which I feel really bad, I would say, or empathetic for them, because male partner या female partner जिसको भी ये problem हो, they are living in a parallel universe with their where everything is real for them. So coping with these men, these partners becomes very difficult, and sadly many times many male partners have forced female partners in marriage because they just wanted to satisfy themselves, which is highly wrong because they are not interested, they are not aware also at times on those grounds, and things go on those that level, so, which is very bad.
Correct. And trauma, I mean, these days it's spoken a lot and for right reasons, I guess. But how does trauma impact sexual health?
So trauma has been a very good thing which has come up today. Term is being loosely. Many people misuse it also, but still I'm okay because at least you're talking about it. That creates a lot of fears and anticipation. Even for difficult for many men and women for to get intimate, to stay in a room with your partner, it can go to that level where they can't even imagine sex as an option also, but staying together also becomes difficult. And I'm not talking about rape victims. They have a altogether different psychology and the trauma what they have gone through. This is something which in childhood also they were groped, or in public places when they were just touched and that leaves a lot of impact. Moreover, women have come across who has reported this to me, because of which they fear, and as we talked, vaginismus is one of the most common which leads to trauma, due to trauma which causes them a problem.
And usually, I mean, with these mental issues that is impacting the sexual health, how do you what's the course of action from your side as a psychiatrist?
So first of all, it takes a lot of efforts for us to identify that there is a trauma, because those who have genuinely experienced, at least in my experience, I've seen that they hardly open up about it. It takes a lot of efforts for us because the trust required is very high in that. Once that is achieved and when it is understood, there has to be a non-judgmental part. I'll give you an example of one of a patient only. She was abused verbally just, and they were just badly abused by one of the relative. Every time whenever she visited, she was verbally abused about her appearances related to her breast size, if I want to go very specific. And the same thing was done in the school. Most commonly, you are not a girl enough, it is very small, and XYZ was said. She became so conscious as the growing age. She was determined to go for a reconstruction surgery and work on those levels only. And the surgeon had referred me that patient, and when I got, so I was like asking, and she's like, no, this is the trend, this is what is good and what it works for. After 10 sessions of it, when we kept going, digging, that's when I came to know that this patient had happened something like this in the school time, and which has come across for us, and which led to us building the confidence in her gradually, what is normal, what is not normal, how to accept your body. So majorly our treatment line goes on the counseling lines for these patients. CBT is also one of the approach what we can work around with. Along with this, if there is predominant anxiety or mood symptoms which are present, then medicines are what I consider. But majorly on the counseling and the therapies is what we work on in such patients.
Interesting. And Jesse, when you spoke about breast size, so I guess with women, it's more like, जैसे men के लिए it's penis size, for women it's breast size. Absolutely. That they are being judged on, and I think a lot of women, they believe that if they have bigger breast, they will have better chances of finding an attractive partner and thus having a better sex.
Absolutely. So that's a very big myth again, and sadly people have hourglass and 36, 24, 36, all these things have been promoted very wrongly, where people are not being able to embrace themselves. Also, many patients will complain about them not being symmetrical, them being up, down, even on the breast sizes are varying and all. So it becomes very difficult for them to accept. There are a lot of body image issues which develop because of this. They are not comfortable getting naked in front of their partner because of these issues completely. And that's why they always prefer, many of them, not always, sorry, many of them prefer to keep lights off or to avoid those visions till the time the trust has been, and which is very wrong, I believe. So to solve this problem, if I have to say that one of the things what I have done is, I have a set of pictures which are of Asian region of various sexual parts to show them that all of this is normal. Look at these, you can identify to some of them, and it is normal, be it for men or women. And it helps a lot, I've realized. Because when they say, acha, because be it women or men, they do not directly see the sexual organ of the partners, even when they're changing or something, but always there is a curiosity in head ki kaisa hoga, kya hoga. Not talking about porn, but in real life. So when they see these real life images, it helps in busting their myths and concepts a lot. Makes it easier also.
Yeah, because I mean, especially with teenagers, young adults, I think it's body image issues are a lot, because you do not know how usually the other person looks, and your idea comes mostly from pornography. True. That how this is how the body is supposed to be, and that is how my partner will get aroused only if I look like this.
I would like to differ a bit over here from your opinion. Pornography is something which is inside doors, what people are still considering as a stimulation. Active stimulation comes from Bollywood movies, is what I would say. The images what has been created for a man of six-pack abs and the women of size 0, till date that trend continues, which leads to a lot of body image issues and also the color acceptance. I feel actively what I have learned is pornography is blamed the most, and I do agree it does, but that is not actively available as actively as available other movies and other cultures, what other cinematographies are available outside. So I'm not saying they're wrong, but it is just that portraying this is the only right or this is the classic definition is not healthy. Everyone has their own unique style, is what you have to accept and work on.
And because you've spoken about it, one thing that I would like to touch base on is maybe sexual desires and fetish. So, I mean, usually, what have you seen in that aspect?
So this is something again which, as I told you about trauma, this is something which people take time to come up, to open up. But after a couple of times started to speaking about them, they start exploring those areas and discussing with it. One of the most common things which people know, that is because of pornography, is BDSM, where they feel pain in any form is pleasurable. So sadly, many couples are come like, he's slapping me, then only he has to slap me, then only he gets erection, and I'm not comfortable with this. What the wife has come up after years saying it, and he also believes that if I don't do that, it doesn't work. So BDSM again does not work just that way. It is certain areas you have erogenous zones. Similarly, it has to first of all be consensual. Yes, pain releases endorphins, which calms you, gives you little pleasure, because of which BDSM works, but doesn't work for everyone. Pain thresholds vary in that. So that way. Second, one of the case which I have got is something of femdom, where they are attracted and thinking more about female dominance. And this is again porn inspired for sure for many, and it's okay and normal. But in our culture, I have rarely seen that happening, or couples are okay with it. To even put it as a simple thing as sexual positions, when I'm telling them, and if I say that women on top can be tried, they look at me as if I've given us something a very weird thing to do. So same female dominance. There was one patient who had come across after a lot of struggle where he that like, I have this problem where I get aroused only with this. So I have to constantly keep thinking. I'm very happy with my wife. And after 2 years of marriage, I've expressed it to her also. She's trying, but she's not able to do it because she comes from a background where this all is not normal. But because our understanding has worked, she's okay with it. But how do I get out of it? Was the problem what he started with me. So first, it took me around 3 sessions to make him realize that you have to accept this is what your choice is. You cannot run away or change that thought that you will not enjoy femdom in your life. Because since the time you've understood sex or anything about sex, that has been something which is giving you pleasure. But definitely we can start working on replacing things with it. So that's where we started. I encouraged him to masturbate, watching something on femdom or imagining on femdom. But at the same time, I also started working on the both of them proactively, where she can do things on the foreplay side with him, which is not femdom level, but on the dominance level, but at least an initiative from the partner. Because so far in their relationship, always it was him initiating and she was not being an active partner in sex. So which started bringing up a difference for them. So when this started building, so far we have reached where, along with that, definitely have given him medicines to help him slow down the thoughts about this, which constantly comes, which causes a lot of anxiety to him. No medicine can slow down thought. The anxiety which is created because of that thought, I've given medicine to help him control on that area. Very small dose of that is going on for him. It's been 3 months now he's with me. At least I can report he's 50 to 60% better. Where in femdom also there were certain 6-7 things, out of which 2-3 were core. Like some like dominance, some like licking, some like follow, things on those grounds. Where 2-3 were his core, which are still there, which keep getting thoughts. But other things, he's like, now it's okay. It does not give me the same level of stimulus. He's able to replace them with other things. So that's how it will work on those grounds. So same way, there are multiple other fetishes, something like voyeurism. That is, you enjoy watching the opposite person having sex, be it your partner or something, and you're just looking at it and you enjoy it. So that has been there. It has an evil side effect where peepholes and many things becomes a problem also for us. But if it is again consensual, I will always say sex, anything starts with consent. We have to remember that. You cannot expect your partner to know. Consent followed by communication, open communication is a must. Then all these areas can be explored very well.
And given we've been talking about medications, so medication का impact क्या होता है on sexual health overall?
So you're talking about medications for sexual health or for other areas?
So I mean the medications that you are giving for sexual well-being.
Okay. So in that medication side, first of all, not just India, all over world, for females there is hardly research. It's still working, but nothing actively has come out. For men, there are certain options. like most commonly everybody knows is Viagra. It is outright available. I want to clear this thing over here that Viagra or any medicine related to it, if you pop, you do not get erection directly. The concept over that of that medicine is that वो जो अपने छोटे छोटे blood vessels की बात की थी, some percentage of it will keep dilated. तो आप जब भी सेक्स के बारे में सोचोगे वो स्टिमुलस देगा. तो अगर कोई चीज़ 100% के बदले मुझे सिर्फ 60 या 70% एफर्ट डालना है, ईजी हो गया मेरे लिए, तो वो इरेक्शन फास्टर आता है, बेटर आता है, तो फिर वो मुझे दिख रहा है अच्छा स्ट्रांग हो रहा है, तो बेटर चल रहा है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दैट इज हाउ दोज मेडिकेशन वर्क. सो दैट इज वाई ऑलवेज से दिस इज जस्ट फॉर सपोर्ट, दे कैन नॉट क्योर यू. सेकेंड सेट ऑफ मेडिकेशंस इसमें आते हैं विच वी यूज़ फॉर योर प्रीमेच्योर एजैकुलेशन और परफॉर्मेंस प्रेशर एंड ऑल. जो ग्रॉसली आप देखोगे तो SSRI या एंटी डिप्रेसेंट या एंटी एंग्जाइटी के पिल्स होते हैं. बट अगेन आई वांट टू टेल देम ओवर देयर दैट these are pills on those lines, but every pill can have multiple effects. Like my most common answer for this my patients is always कि आप PCM खाते हो, हेडेक हुआ तो भी लेते हो, बॉडी पेन हुआ तो भी लेते हो, फीवर आया तो भी लेते हो, एक ही मेडिसिन लेते हो. डोजेस दो अलग अलग है लोगों के लिए. PCM, डोलो, ऐसे अलग अलग ब्रांड्स है, बट डोजेस अलग अलग अवेलेबल. सेम वे ये ड्रग्स का भी वैसा. yes, there is a possibility of side effects, but if it is well monitored, it's not a problem and they are not life threatening. कुछ चीज़ों को अवॉइड किया तो हमने. देर आर सर्टन हार्ट मेडिकेशंस आप ले रहे हो तो उसके साथ सेक्सुअल की मेडिसिन नहीं ले सकते, विच इज़ नॉट हेल्दी. दैट इज़ वाई यू शुड नॉट पॉप पिल्स विदाउट आस्किंग. सैडली अपने में अवेलेबिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है एंड पीपल डू गेट इट, बट इट शुड नॉट बी दैट वे इज़ वॉट आई वुड से. And there are a lot of nutraceuticals which are available. Nutraceuticals is in today's world, if I want to break it down, is something जो आपको खाने पीने से मिलना चाहिए, because but वो उतने quantity में हम नहीं ले सकते, तो that is available now and which is growing. So L-arginine was one of the thing what I said. L-carnitine, ऐसे सारी चीज़ें काफ़ी आती है जो इसमें help करती है patients को इसको build करने में.
And how addictive are these medicines?
Zero. By the nature of drug, it is zero. Psychologically 100%. So how if I have to split it, आप वो दवाई खा रहे हो, दवाई की आपको क्रेविंग नहीं आएगी, बट आपके दिमाग में ये थॉट प्रोसेस है कि मैंने दवाई खाई इसीलिए मैं परफॉर्म कर पा रहा हूँ, तो ही मुझे उसके लिए दवाई लग रही है. दैट इज वाई साइकोलॉजिकल साइड से इट इज देयर, फिजिकल साइड से नहीं. जैसे अल्कोहल का मैंने बताया आपको कि वो टॉलरेंस वगैरह हिट होता है, इस दवाई में वैसे नहीं आता है. दीज आर नॉट अडिक्टिव इन नेचर. बट वो साइकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट लोग जब तक उसको एक्सेप्ट करके प्रोसेस नहीं करेंगे, वर्क नहीं करेंगे, तब तक लगेगा मैं दवाई लूंगा तो ही बेटर. सो दैट्स हाउ इट विल वर्क.
And you know, now talking about how sexual difficulties it impacts relationships. So, I mean, can you talk more about it?
Absolutely. This is something which has broken many marriages, is what I would say. I've experienced firsthand many patients who've complained about this and they're not okay to move ahead because of this. Sexual compatibility nahi hai uske liye. One of the case, if I have to give you an example, 15 years of marriage, they have a kid. Female does not have a sexual desire is what he reports. He did not come with the partner and claims I have sexual desires, so I started going out. And eventually she came to know, so she accepted that and I continued that. But now there is a lot of restrictions on me, so I don't want to work around with it. So it is something which I say that, did you ever sit to ask कि क्या हुआ? Like obviously डॉक्टर, मैंने पूछा उनको, मतलब क्या बता, नहीं बस मुझे नहीं पसंद है. Do you understand that that is a call for a help in a way? Because कोई अगर आप 15 years married हो, you have a kid which is through normal sexual activity, normal vaginal delivery हुआ है, so कहीं तो कुछ change आया होगा ना. So that is something which impacts a lot in today's world. So there is a lack of communication. Second thing what couples and relationship में sex का problem आता है is frequency. There are some females who have a higher sexual desire compared to men or vice versa. If your frequencies don't match and if you all don't establish ground rules about it, it will lead to a lot of disappointment. So again, in these couples, I have got personally more men coming, like when they come as a couple with saying that they have to keep masturbating. So now sex is not pleasurable out of it, which is very normal because आपने अपने partner से बात नहीं की है कि क्या कब करना है. So you keep satisfying yourself with masturbation. So whenever you all are aroused or you all want to do it, if you are satisfied, you will not have that level of desire or intent to have sex. So it's not going to happen. So that will cause disrupt. And sadly, in these problems, women first go into a self-doubt. कि भाई मेरे में कोई कमी है, I am not enough. Or the second aspect goes into the grounds, भाई इनका कहीं बाहर कुछ चल रहा है. So these are the common things which I see, and because of which relationship gets messed up big time. So always discuss. And they're like, नहीं मुझे कुछ भी चलेगा. ठीक है, कुछ भी चलेगा. तो further step, आप masturbate कितना frequent करते थे पहले? Let's discuss on those grounds. तो उससे भी आपको अपना sexual appetite समझ में आएगा. So जिससे you can form grounds on it. And किसी एक का ज़्यादा है, किसी एक का कम है, come to a common number. And for example, अगर male partner का ज़्यादा है, you can always go for hand job or oral sex if you all are comfortable. Or vice versa, for the female का ज़्यादा है, तो you all can always satisfy her in other forms. Where you are not doing having sex per se, so you're okay, but you can pleasurize your partner in a different way. So that's intimacy still maintained, relationship still maintained.
And a lot of times, it is seen that stress in the marriage, it directly impacts sex.
Absolutely. Stress is today become something which can impact anything and everything in your body, but sex के लिए तो सबसे ज़्यादा, because it does not give your headspace any availability to think on those grounds only. People think that, acha, I've gone to bed and now I'm seeing my partner, so I'm attracted to her, but you're constantly in the loop of thoughts of million other stuff. You're not going to make an effort only over here. So कितना भी stressful environment होते जाए, one thumb rule should be there. Sex should not be the last thing which I do in my day. That is one thing which people always think of. कि अब मैंने सारा घर का काम कर लिया, ऑफिस का काम कर लिया, बच्चों का देख लिया, बीवी के साथ सारा कर दिया, अब बेड पे गए हैं, हाँ अब हम सेक्स करने जाएंगे. Those sex are the most of the times the worst sex what you will have. So people come up with कि सर आप ये बोल तो दिए easily, तो हम ऐसा थोड़ी कि middle of the day करने बैठ सकते हैं. I'm like, you don't have to do middle of the day. But even if you communicate, बोल के रखो ना कि let's plan something for tonight, you both will have that thought process कि मेरा अभी एक sex भी मुझे करना है, which you will look forward to. So which will become something which is pleasurable more comparatively. Or else if you're extremely physically tired or mentally exhausted, you'll be able to tell your partner at that time. So giving a heads up helps in such way. So that's how you can avoid keeping it as the last thing.
And you spoke about कि अगर partners की desires different, level of desire different है, किसी का ज़्यादा है, किसी का कम है. अब बहुत बार ये भी होता है कि one of the partners they just don't want to do it, right? And the other partner keeps on trying to make an effort. So in these cases, usually, what are your recommendations?
So step one again to evaluate, but apart from the steps what we have discussed, let me come up to the points where it comes up there कि बिल्कुल the partner is not okay or is not comfortable on those grounds at all. You should have an open mind about discussing where this relationship goes and how big is it. Is it a deal breaker or not? I openly express to my patients about that. You prioritize what is important in your life. Is it sexual compatibility, financial, emotional or intellectual, or the aspects में से you choose which level पे क्या आ रहा है, and then just take a call about your relationships, how you all want to work around with it. See, because for example, there are many common things that in our culture that before marriage sex इतना common नहीं था, अब जाके हो रहा है. But it doesn't mean कि आप उसके पहले मतलब जब नहीं था तो you had always a partner. You've lived your life without a sexual activity also. So it's not a thumb rule कि you've got a partner मतलब sex होना ही है. Yes, आपकी इच्छा है and you want to work, so you figure out a ground way with your partner what works the best for both of you on those areas. Is what, because I always tell them to make a choice and not force anyone. That is very important. Because अगर आप opposite person को force करोगे ना तो कुछ दिन, कुछ महीने या साल चलेगा, but उसके बाद it will break very badly. So you should know when to call the shots.
And would you have a story to share with us wherein someone's improved sexual life really improved their life overall?
Definitely, there are many. I would say, most common what I get about this is what I would like to tell you is for the pregnancy related. So there were couples who've been trying for months, years in fact. They've gone to IVF and IUI also, and sadly they failed over there. Whatever XYZ physiological reasons are there, they've been taking all medicines and all. But just guiding them how to work around sex and to sort their thoughts has helped them to conceive. And those are the moments where I feel personally that's the best, and even they are most happy, because post that their confidence has been at the epitome for themselves, because now they know that they don't need any further help, that they can work around with themselves. So that is one of the things which I have heard most commonly from my patients, where their life has changed completely.
And maybe the last question, in do you see any interesting research or trends coming up in sexology as a field?
Absolutely, we are working actively on it. One of the research which also shows that having ED for men could be a head point for us to giving a start that that person can have a heart disease in future. Because जो अंदर का lining और जो चीज़ें हैं, it's quite similar in the mechanism. So अगर यहाँ problem आ रहा है, तो then chances of having blockages there could be a problem. Actively things are working. Some positive research, but not at a mass level where I can put it out like कि हाँ ये पक्का है, ये चीज़ है. There is active work going on those grounds, which can help a lot, because अगर ED आपको काफ़ी young age पे पता चल रहा है, आपको experience हो रहा है, so you can take care of your heart health also, and it's all reversible. It's not that it's irreversible. So this is one of the grounds which is actively working on. Second, there is also a ground where there is a coming across something called as post-orgasmic illness syndrome, POIS. What does this mean is, whenever men ejaculate, within few minutes to within 24 to 48 hours, they have symptoms like fatigue, mood symptoms, fever, irritability, unable to focus, watering of the eyes, running nose, which can continue till a week also, be it nightfall, be it masturbation, ejaculation, or be it after sex. One of the active research which is going on, which is giving these studies and case reports are coming across. Also, one more kind of a new case which is coming across is, persistent genital arousal disorder, where moreover women are experiencing this, where they are constantly feeling they are getting orgasms. As if अगर आपका clitoris rub हो रहा हो तो कैसे sensations जाते, they are constantly getting those feeling, and continuous hyperstimulation उसके related चलते रहता है उनको, and they are not able to focus at anything, and it becomes more difficult on all. So there is research going on these grounds also. So yes, these are the things.
Quite a lot that's going around.
Yep.
Very interesting, and thank you, Dr. Nikunj. The conversation has been really, eye-opening, and of course, this discussion is much needed, because nobody talks about it. Nobody knows nitty-gritties. Everyone, सब अपने friends से बात करते हैं. They try to get as much information from pornography, but maybe I think we need to talk more about it, so that we actually know what is happening, how thing needs to be done, how thing needs to be improved, and how we can have a satisfying sexual life and overall life.
Absolutely. I'm very thankful for you to have me over here, and we're on such a big forum, I could openly talk. This is something which, as you rightly said, is unneeded, and we could discuss not just the superficial, but the scientific and the brain aspect also, along with the psychological and the physical things. So it was brilliant being here.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Doctor.